silly.
Yeah, this guy is. I don't think this guy's being silly.
But yeah,
I think he's legit, seriously fucking cracked in the head. Like I think that's very clear with this guy.
Yeah. Oh shit! I don't think I chose it. It's got the play sign on it. I need to do one of those regular videos. Yeah, the cooking goth. He basically like he'll cook shit, but for the most part, it's like him doing like the what
makes them interesting is not necessarily
the food
what
tasting
he's
shit.
Oh,
like he'll get shit from Wendy's, like the one I shared.
Oh, okay, I see this guy. That guy looks interesting.
Wendy's new Orange Dreamsicle Frosty review. I can taste the orange and the vanilla. The orange is like an artificial orange.
Yeah, dude, I
he
like
just
him a lot.
Funny though.
Yeah, he's fucking.
He's still good.
He's weird, but he's fucking
entertaining.
Oh, he's dipped in the fries in the Wendy's orange thing.
Yeah.
You gotta do that.
Yeah, that's definitely part of it.
The more I like it, but I just wish it was more.
Yeah.
Like,
with the Frosty, you gotta dip the fries in whatever Frosty it is.
Get orange sherbet, that's for sure.
He said it was ho-hum
Orange Dreamsicle
or so-so or whatever.
He looks interesting. I could see this. Are they all shorts, or does he do regular length videos?
Yeah. No, he does regular ones too. None of them are particularly long, which is nice. But yeah, sometimes he's actually baking shit. But most of it,
damned by faint praise. I don't know if I've ever heard that more effectively used.
Fast food from Korea.
I don't know if I've ever heard anybody more effectively damned by faint praise.
Wait, what happened?
Well, I said, does he have any regular videos? And then you immediately said, oh, no, none of them are very long, thankfully. And I was like, ooh, that's fucking mean.
Is that what I said?
Yeah, you said, oh, no.
No, I like him, dude. I've already said I like the guy.
You actually said that.
But man.
That's why I was saying damned by faint praise.
Yeah. All right. I didn't mean it.
That's why.
Yeah, I just meant like my attention span's not much. So.
Oh no, I absolutely understood what you meant. That's why it was funny. That's why it was funny. It was like, God damn, like I know what you mean. Because like there's times when it's like, man, I don't want to spend 45 minutes on whatever the fuck this is about. Like I'm not clicking that video. You know. Sometimes having like a 5-minute video is what you want. You know, you just want to watch like 5 minutes or 3 minutes or whatever. And especially if it's something like food tasting, like I don't need 20 fucking minutes of review for him to tell me whether or not he liked a pizza.
Yeah.
You know, and I appreciate that his videos are short because of that.
Like you're obviously stretching this out. Yeah.
There's that guy who dresses all up in like a suit and tie. He's like a skinny white dude with a funny looking face and like thin hair.
Yeah.
And he tries food. And all his videos are like 20 minutes long. I know
exactly what you're talking about.
All his videos are 20 minutes long. I've tried to watch a couple of them because I like the idea of what he's doing. But the execution is just fucking ridiculous. It's like, I don't need 15 minutes of you talking about whether or not this is good. Try it. Tell me if you think it's good. Tell me why it's good. Or if you think it's bad, tell me why it's bad. And then we're done. And we can get out of here in less than 5, bro.
Yeah. It is pretty fucking obnoxious.
Although now that I know that apparently Wendy's has an orange creamsicle, I'm debating on, do I want to order food for dinner tomorrow? Do I want to order Wendy's? Or not even order. I'll probably go to their drive-thru. I'm curious now, because if it has like a creamsicle flavored shake at Wendy's, that sounds fucking tasty.
Yeah, he said it was I think it said something like that. It's more the artificial orange flavor than the natural orange flavor.
Yeah. I assume it's gonna be.
I know what he means.
I think it's gonna be like that 50.
But I was thinking I
fake
could do that with orange soda all the time. Fucking.
Huh?
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
It's like a creamsicle flavor, like the orange and.
I forgot to comment on there and tell them, but yeah. Which I think I've mentioned it here before, but like if you take like some orange soda, pour a little in the cup, glass, whatever, stir it up to get rid of all the fucking carbonation, and just drop in some vanilla ice cream and stir it up. It tastes exactly like a creamsicle. You can have like a cream,
Oh,
you can do basically the same thing pretty easily.
Well, that's kind of cool. Yeah, I'm gonna give it a try. That actually looks really good.
Yeah.
What the?
But the milkshake thing, it works obviously
menu,
with any.
Bruh. I haven't had Wendy's in a really long time. Their menu is drastically different.
Mm-hmm.
They have nacho burgers.
I was curious because, one of the comments said something about him being in a test market. So I don't know if the orange creamsicle or all the shit he tries is actually at all Wendy's.
It's at mine, according to Uber Eats.
All right, cool.
I'm not going to order through Uber Eats, but it does have it supposedly.
Yeah.
Because I figure, like I can spend $50 to fucking have somebody bring like $20 of food to my house, and it'll cost me like $70 fucking dollars at the end of the day, or I can go down and drive through it and spend 20 minutes and save myself like a couple of hours of regular work to pay for like just somebody to drive like that short distance. And I don't know why it's so expensive now either. It's like it's insane, like the amount of money they're expecting you to spend if you're going to have food delivered. Because pizza places have been doing it for an extra like $5-10 a pizza for fucking ever. So I don't understand why the fuck I got to spend $20 now for anything to come to my house.
Okay. Yeah, that is pretty crazy. Yeah, especially because there's more than. Like, there's competition. There's more than one service that does that.
But see, it's only competition if they don't sit back and say, all right, this is the lowest we can charge and make a deal. Because that's what they've done. There's no reason it would continue. The price would continue to go up if there was competition. So the only thing that makes sense is they've all agreed on we're going to have this extremely exorbitant price. That way none of us have to worry about our profit margin. Guaranteed. Guaranteed that's what's going on.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's why, like, I won't have food delivered anymore. Except under, like, really, like, specific circumstances. Like, if I'm genuinely, like, not feeling well enough to get out and there's no food to cook or no easy food to eat at my house, then I might have something delivered. But I think I'm at the point where, like, $75 to get 2 quesadillas and some nachos delivered from Taco Bell is fucking insane.
Yeah, that's pretty fucking nuts, dude.
Yeah, because each one of those things costs them, what, $2
I'm pretty sure that's
make?
Illegal.
What? Oh, yeah, no, it's absolutely illegal. But only if they get caught. That's like what happened with
the...
what is it?
The collusion, price fixing kind of shit.
Oh, and that happens all the time. Like the animation companies did that with the wages they were paying the animators for Disney and Pixar and all them. They all got a lot of trouble for that. I know that like the big crazy like you think like the cereal companies are big, but the companies that actually do wheat, there's like 3 of them. And they did that shit and got in a lot of trouble. But then, the amount of money they got fined was almost nothing compared to their profit margin, so it fucking didn't matter. It didn't change. Nothing happened, Although I am happy to see big enough companies like Kellogg getting fucked. Fuck you, Kellogg's. I don't know if you heard about what they did.
That is nice.
I
don't think so.
Oh yeah, so they put out this thing about how like, hey, you know what? If you're poor and you can't afford to eat because food prices have gone fucking bonkers. And rent prices have gone out of control. Well, you should just eat more breakfast cereal for dinner. Like, that's so much cheaper. Go to Kellogg's and eat breakfast cereal for dinner. And unsurprisingly, people were like, fuck you, asshole. So, yeah, it's like it's to the point where a lot of their products are down on the shelves. Nobody's buying them. They're down to like 99 cents a pop. So if you can imagine, like, fucking, you know, a big box of, like, Kellogg's cereal for 99 cents, it's actually really low.
Oh, yeah. Shit, that would be low for, like, the imitation brands.
Yeah, exactly. So they're
the generic
that's
brands,
a pretty major fucking loss on their part they're taking every time if they're even selling the product. At this point, because people aren't buying it. But you know, it is what it is. They fucked up. They opened their fucking mouth and fucked around. Now they're finding out. So that's how that goes. Like, what is it? It's them, and there's another company that's in trouble, right? Isn't there like another company? I forget which the other one is. What was it?
Another cereal company, or?
No, but there's another company that's getting roasted right now. Let me see if it's in the Discord. I thought I put something in here about it, just like this is a placeholder.
I'm trying to think.
Tyson, that's what it is. Tyson. The people that do like the chicken nuggies and the stuff like that.
I did hear about that.
Yeah, they decided they're just gonna close down their factory and fire all the American workers and hire a bunch of illegal aliens.
Yeah, dude.
That's insane. They should be facing prison time for that. Like, that shouldn't be a case where, like, oh, we're going to report on it in the news and people are going to boycott. That should be a case where, like, police drive to the fucking executives' homes and arrest them. Right? I mean, that's fucking illegal. You can't employ illegal aliens.
Well, I assume they're in the Democrat.
Oh, I don't give a shit where it is. Like, those people aren't supposed to be here. You can't have them working in your goddamn company. Like, that's not right.
Okay. No, I'm saying whether or not they're going to get prosecuted.
Oh yeah, they'll never get prosecuted. That much. That's what I'm saying. I know they're not.
If they're in a fucking.
You know, it's a shame that it falls to the people to, like, state. You know, put them out of business by just not buying their shit anymore. But it's like, you know, they should also be facing jail time. Like, not only should their company be tanking right now, but they should be facing jail time. I really think, I'm starting to wonder, though, because the other day I had the thought, and I'm starting to think it's really the only way forward, is employees have to be guaranteed a certain percentage of the profits of a company. Right? Because you can't really get around that. Like, and if the employees are guaranteed a certain percentage, they're going to have a lot more power to be able to, like, bring to bear, like, lawsuits and that kind of thing. But like, I genuinely think, like, you know, 50% of all profits should go to the employees at this point. Like, because it's clear that a lot of these companies are pretending that part of their business expenses aren't business expenses and leaving that to be paid by the taxpayer in the form of, like, benefits for their employees and shit. And it's like, well, then if they're not willing to accept that their profits are lower because they have to pay, you know, their employees a fair amount of money, then they just, you know, have the profits taken from them at the beginning before they even have a chance to spend them or send them to anything else. Like, that just immediately goes right to the employees. And then no matter what they do, like, how can you get out of that? Like, I can't imagine that there's a sneaky way around that. I'm sure somebody will figure it out, but, like, you know, it seems like a pretty reasonably difficult thing to get around.
Yeah.
Suppose you could try to pretend your company didn't make profits, but that'd be fairly easy for everybody to, like, prove again. Like, you just open your books and, you know, so just go through your fucking books and your accounting and figure that one out pretty fast. course, then they've got vigilante groups now kicking people out of the houses since the police won't do it.
Yeah, accountants can be pretty. Oh yeah, I didn't actually watch that one, but it's fucking.
Oh, it wasn't about that particular story. I just posted it because of what it is. Like, that's not like it's both good and bad, right? You know what I mean? It's like, I'm really glad that the squatter's thrown out of the house. Good, the guy's a piece of shit. You know, like whoever it is, they're fucking trash and they need to be out. But I'm really, really concerned about the rising tide of these vigilante groups. It's like, that's not what we want. Like, that's fucking dangerous. Sure, it looks cool right now, but what if they make a mistake? They're not fucking perfect. Like, how do you even hold that? You know, like, you can sue the police, right? And the police also don't deliver justice. They just arrest people and put them in jail for the judge and jury to determine what's just, as far as like whether or not the person should be punished or imprisoned or even just let go because they were innocent according to like all the evidence we can find. The police were wrong to arrest them. You know what I mean? Like, that's pretty important, having that separation.
Yeah. They actually have to have like a court case where you're proven guilty.
Yeah, because some bitch says like, "Oh, this guy touched my kid," and then they go and hang the guy, and what turns out later, she just didn't want him to fucking have partial custody. You know, like, that kind of shit happens all the time.
Yeah.
And there are a lot of women that have absolutely no conscience when it comes to that shit.
Yeah, that is really disgusting.
Yeah, it's like
to accuse somebody of that kind of shit that hasn't done it. Yeah.
Just like the and then, like, you know, like we used to have lynch mobs and shit when they, you know, back in the day, like where they just decide like, you know, this guy was a bad guy, so they were going to make sure, like, the town was just going to get together, everybody was going to put on masks, and then they were going to kill him, and then nobody got punished because everybody was wearing a mask. Like, is that what we want to go back to? Because it seems like a really big step back in just general society.
Yeah, especially when it would be like, hey, this black guy whistled at a white woman on the road, so let's...
Well, that was the majority of what we hear about lynch mobs, but lynch mobs were also just like cattle rustlers or murderers.
Oh, yeah.
Anybody who was, you know, not liked was liable to get lynched.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it could also have been the, you know, especially way back then, it could have been the gay guy in town, too. There's a lot of time, like, you know, nobody said anything, but they all knew it, and then there was a chance to fucking get rid of this guy. All right, well, they're going to get together and do it.
Yeah, definitely a bad precedent, or bad thing to
it's starting to
return to prominence, I guess.
Yeah, I'd hate and
but again,
the sad thing is, though, it seems like the only way people can get justice, which is the really disheartening part of it.
Yeah, I was going to say, when they have no other recourse because the law is not protecting who it should be, and it's essentially protecting criminals.
Oh yeah. Well, it's not essentially. It's intentionally protecting criminals. You know, it's like, what was that stupid?
Yeah, the squatters thing is.
That is maddening. It's like, that makes no sense, because a lot of the times the paperwork just is like obviously not in the homeowner's name. Like, it doesn't matter if they have a lease, especially if it's not even written by the person who owns the home. Like, no one else has the ability to sell it, and I think you should have an obligation to make sure that you're renting from the person who owns the house. Right? I mean, it's a pretty big deal, like, picking a place to rent. Like, I think what you know, I wonder if there's a way...
No legs.
To include in all these, like, things where you're, like, signing leases, ownership, like, paperwork and everything, but include some sort of picture of the face of the owner. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like anywhere.
So like it's on the lease, it's on the thing, and so if the picture's not correct, right? Like the name has to be correct, but it also has to be the right face. You know what I mean? Like it has to be the right picture.
Yeah, yeah, and that's the thing. I kind of get, like, you don't want the just a regular patrolman or even somebody from the sheriff's office.
Well, there should be an expedited
having to determine
way of getting it through court, though, is essentially what a lot of people are saying.
Yeah, you should have somebody who can look at that's trained to do that kind of shit.
Within the course of, like, I would say, bare minimum, it should be no more than a week before they take a look at that.
Yeah.
And then
the fact that once they're there 30 days, then they're fucking. It's going to be a million times harder.
And they do this shit all the time, where they say, like, okay, we're gonna take this and put it in like, the police are gonna take this thing into custody while we would determine stuff. So why not that house?
Yeah.
Why not kick everybody out of the house for 5 days, and then the courts figure out who's supposed to be there, and then if it's the homeowner is right and there's no lease, then they just take all the other person's property, put it in like a storage unit, and they have to pay a hefty fine in order to get it back, right? Or it goes to the homeowner, and then he gets to sell it to make up for any damages or inconvenience. You know what I'm saying? And then
yeah.
And then and the homeowner can choose not to do that if they want. Like, I'm sure, like, it would be up to them if they want to say no, just give them their stuff back. Because sometimes there's going to be cases where it's an honest mistake, but I think it's better to leave that up to the individual homeowner who has suffered the damages.
Yeah, I'm wondering, like, for leases and all that, I assume there's not like a standardized, like,
no, there is no standard form. Like, you can go online and find like dozens of potential standard, like, options, and I think the reason there's no standardized form is because, like, every state's different. So the laws about, like, if you're renting a house in, like, California are obviously different from the laws about renting one in, like, Texas per se.
Yeah, but it seems like every jurisdiction, like every state, should get a standardized.
Oh, they should. They should have a standardized form, and it should be something you go pick up at the courthouse. And it should be something that involves picture ID from everybody involved being, like, photocopied and included in the stuff. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of stuff that should be being involved here, like, for somebody being able to occupy somebody else's property. That.
It shouldn't be so easy.
Yeah, it shouldn't just be like a little bit of paperwork you do at your house. I mean, it was nice that it was so easy for so long, but clearly that's become a problem.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that is no longer. It should no longer be that way because it's just not working anymore. Like, people are taking advantage of that.
Yeah. Did you see that? There was a video. I don't know if you shared it or what. I'll be right back, Bob. You go, boy. I think it was a parody thing, but it was being, like, extreme on purpose. Or it was talking about a guy that's like, he was pretending to be the squatter.
Oh, yeah. I think that was a parody where he was doing it to, like, kind of bring more attention to the problem.
Illustrate. Yeah, but basically, like, the squatters, like, in the meantime, we're doing shit like opening up all the fucking windows and running the heat, AC, fucking all the electricity possible. Like, so that the electric bill would be super high. Like, to be annoying to the point where they'll pay him a shitload of money to fucking just vacate. Willingly, without having to do court shit.
Well, see, I don't understand why people do what they do. Like, I guess maybe if they just have no idea what's going on. But I just like the idea that they would quietly move out without anybody else knowing or understanding why one night if they didn't leave after I asked them politely.
Yeah.
But for the people that decide to follow through with the laws, they fucking destroy their homes. Which is the part that I don't understand. Like, they literally fucking destroy this thing because they can't keep stealing it. Like that's
it's an odd fucking mindset.
Like, what kind of a piece of garbage do you have to be to do that? You know, that is just a fucking garbage behavior. That is not the behavior of a human.
It's a garbage that would squat in somebody's house.
True.
Yeah. That's the same piece of garbage that would squat in somebody's house.
Hey, look, I can understand. I can understand the movie logic. Some homeless guy is fucking trying not to freeze to death, and there's this house that nobody's in, and he can sneak in there and stay there. Like that, I kind of understand, and I think that's what the laws for squatters were based off of. Where they're trying to be kind to say, like, well, somebody just needed to get away from the elements or something, and they just broke in. They didn't really do a lot of damage, because usually that's not too bad. But at this point, like, it's become malicious. Like, it's become like these people have become malicious and dangerous, like threatening homeowners and damaging them, like purposely damaging the property. Like, I think there should be a case of for any homeowner in any situation, lease or no, if severe damage has already been done to the property and there's reason to believe more will occur, that person is immediately removed from the home, like post haste. I don't think they should get to continue any lease if they're damaging the home. You know what I mean? Like, it should immediately be revocable if there's, like, severe damage to the home. Like, you're putting holes in the fucking wall, you're running the bills really high, you're running,
like, up flooring.
4 or 5 times the amount of electric bill that anybody else would in this home. Like, no one else is spending that kind of money on electricity but you in that neighborhood. Yeah, like, that should just be, you're fucking out, like, done.
Yeah. Dude, the fact they can't cut the electric off, it was kind of crazy.
It's ridiculous, yeah. Well, here's a question, right? You own the home. You can't cut the electricity off. Can you just remove the junction box and everything? That is yours. You have to pay for it.
Yeah.
You're not cutting the electricity off. You're just removing your part of the electric system, I wonder if that, I don't think that would work. There's actually people that make money right now by going in and squatting with the squatters and making it miserable for the squatters.
Oh, that's fucking great. That is great.
Literally, like, they move into the house with the squatter, like, because a lot of these squatters will, like, rent out other rooms. Once they're in, and once they've got, like, a fucking key, the squatter's kind of fucked because they can't kick that person out for the same reasons they can't be kicked out. And this guy just proceeds to be, like, the most obnoxious human being on the planet, apparently. I'm like, which is funny, but it's also like, Jesus Christ, what the fuck's going on, people? Like, we should be better than this.
How has it come to this? How has it gotten to this point where you need to get squatters in to fucking annoy the squatters, original squatters?
I genuinely think, like, it's this left-wing delusion, like this cult-like delusion they have where, like, criminals are just good people. No, most of them are just giant piles of garbage. Like, they're not good people. There's a few people out there who have done things that are bad that have become better people. But that's not the fucking rule. That is the very rare exception. Like the guy in Haiti who took over, and he's like the fucking gang lord who just started fucking eating people. Yeah, that guy's not a really nice guy who just needed some fucking food.
Yeah, it was in bad circumstances.
Yeah, that's a fucking animal that needs to be put down. Like, legit.
Yeah. Once you start eating people.
Exactly.
There's no reason to keep that person living, even.
Well, like, they put dogs down when dogs bite humans and start fucking tasting blood the first time. Like, usually that's what it is.
Yeah, once you fucking start eating humans, whether you're another human or whatever,
if you're a bear, that's also the thing for lions and bears and stuff. Like, all those people that were complaining about that dude who killed, like, Cecil the lion. I love the people that they could actually live there were like, you people are fucking assholes. Like, we appreciate that this man comes out here and does this. We need this. This is the service that we, like, want. Yeah. They're like, I had, like, lost several of my friends to lion attacks. You know, it's just, like, some fucking crazy shit in some of those things. You know, it's like...
Yeah.
Like, these are dangerous animals that kill people all the time.
Nuts, man.
Like, you can't leave... You have to keep the number of lions down. God, just fucking imagine the sickness in the head of somebody who's like... Yeah, I know like, that lion has killed a few people, but, you know, it's part of the environment and it's natural, and we just have to leave it be. We just have to get out of its way. Oh, I can't hear you at all. You might, you're like roboting out, or just, you're completely disconnected, maybe? I'm not picking anything up. I'm getting like occasional noises.
Damn it. All right. Are you hearing me or not?
Now I hear you. Yeah, you came back in. All right, good.
Hello?
Yes, I hear you now. Do you not hear me? Do you hear me? Hello? Well, this is a good start. Hello. Oh wow. Oh, maybe. Hello. Oh, maybe he's not going to be able to connect to you. That's not good. Oh, okay. You're going to go closer to the router. Ah, okay. That makes sense.
Am I coming through then? Am I coming through? Hello?
Yeah, you're coming through now.
Okay, all right. Yeah, I brought I've got the grand puppy with me as usual, and I was bringing him into the side yard, so he could run around a little or whatever. But almost
too far away from the router.
Yeah, so I may cut out like a little bit, but I'm gonna go back in and go back out front where I can get a decent signal. So if I drop off again, it shouldn't be for too long at least.
Okay, that's fair.
All right. So.
I'll just keep pressure washing.
Yeah.
Man,
hey, come on, Poop.
Though. How crazy is that Haiti's gone from like vacation spot to cannibal fucking gangland war? Like, Jesus Christ.
Well, I don't know. He's been a shithole for a while. Like, it wasn't like Trump calling it a shithole. It didn't start then.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if you remember.
Maybe I just didn't know that much about Haiti. That's fair. I thought Haiti was just like a vacation spot.
Fuck. I need a fucking phone call. Alright, everything's hitting at once. I just got a fucking phone call. Alright, shit, am I still coming through?
Yeah, you're coming through fine now.
Okay. But yeah, no, it's like, half the island's Haiti, the other half's the Dominican Republic, right?
Yeah, okay.
And the Dominican The Republic's fine. I mean, it's kind of trashy, but Haiti has always been like the super trashy half of the island.
Okay.
For quite a while, I think. Yeah, the Dominican Republic is kind of known mainly for producing really good baseball players. Like, there's a lot of major league players that came from the Dominican Republic.
Oh yeah, like Sammy Sosa, right?
Overall, it's really fucking. Yeah, he's definitely one of them. But yeah, there's been a fucking shitload of them.
I know, really.
But yeah, like it's super poor. That's fine. But yeah, it's like a super poor country too. But it's not really a shithole in the way Haiti has been for a long time.
Yeah, it's like for the longest time, Mexico was kind of a crappy place to go, but it was not like terrible. Now it's extremely dangerous.
Yeah, no, it's just gangs everywhere. Yeah.
Yeah, the fucking.
Okay, we're gonna go out from Poopers.
What do you call it? The cartel wars going on.
That's fighting you. Yeah. But Haiti's kind of been like that for a while. Like, it's gotten even worse, but it was never not a shithole.
Oh, okay.
Like, it used to be under French control. But the French abandoned it several decades ago, I think. So yeah, and then they had the Duvaliers. Remember Papa Doc Duvalier?
No, I do not remember.
He ended up getting. Oh, it's some black dude, but again with the French last name because France owned it or whatever. But they got kind of ousted, and on their way out, they tried to print like a shitload of money, like of Haitian money, but they couldn't. Like they didn't even have time to wait for it to like dry.
Oh no!
So it was quite obvious that it wasn't legit, and they were just printing up crazy amounts of money that were clearly bullshit.
So they could try essentially to like fool somebody into taking their money off of them and maybe washing it for some other money to be rich.
Yeah, well, they were escaping because again, the crowd, like the riots and shit were so prevalent that they were going to like get killed if they stuck around. Like they're going to get lynched by a massive lynch party, basically.
Ah, okay.
So if you imagine like how Mussolini ended up, probably something
or like Gaddafi,
like that.
Like Gaddafi too, like
yeah.
Was,
like, do you remember seeing the picture of?
No, I don't remember.
Yeah,
seeing
like what Mussolini looked
for
like
a long
after
time,
they had strung him up and shit.
No, I just
like they beat the fuck out of that fucking dude.
Oh yeah, Gaddafi was dirty. They did him dirty. I read the descriptions and I was like, I don't need to see the pictures.
Yeah, Mussolini one's pretty similar, dude. Because you can tell before they fucking like strung him up and hung him, like he completely fucked up, like just like a bloated corpse already.
I have no objection to that either.
It's
if you damaged that many people's lives and they want to torture you,
so yeah, something like that happened.
You earned it, dude. Like you dug your own
fucking
hole.
Yeah. Where essentially nearly the entire country has risen up against you.
Oh yeah, well I think that's what's going to happen here with the way our government's running right now. Like maybe not within like really soon, but like eventually, like the United States is just going to rise up against, because it's pretty obvious that the majority of people don't agree with what's going on. It's a very small minority of people that actually want what's going on to go on. But they just make it look like that by buying off like the news and buying and botting out and using AIs to control the internet, like make it look like the internet discourse is all left wing, and like everybody on the internet's left wing, and it's well obviously if you just delete everybody who's saying anything against that, then it's really easy to make it look like you're the popular group.
All right, I just cut out for like 30 seconds, so whatever you said in the last 30 seconds, I didn't hear.
Oh, I was just saying, like, because they just delete everybody who's conservative, like, off the internet, and then only let left-wing people say stuff to make it look like it's the prominent belief system here, like that actually people would agree with them, even though it's an extremely small minority of people. And a substantial part of that minority of people don't really understand what they're agreeing to. Like they just don't have time to go through and like look into these things. It just sounds like the nice thing to do. You know, like they just don't have or they're just too dumb to understand like that, you know, you can't fix other people's problems. They can only fix their own. You know what I mean? Like you can give them the opportunity to fix that problem. You can give them a helping hand, like you know, like put a stepladder down. But they're the ones that have to ultimately walk up and down that stepladder. Like you can't do it for them. It just doesn't work that way. You can't make people better.
Yeah.
You know, you can give them education. You can give them free food, but like, you know, if like they're never gonna work, and it's not a case of like physical inability, then it's like it's just not you're not helping anybody. You're just giving away other people's money. Especially these like fucking illegal aliens coming in. Like that's the part that's really offensive to me. Is like there's New York, they're getting like $10,000 debit cards and fucking houses and cars. Yet their own citizens are fucking homeless and can't pay rent like half the time. You know, like what the fuck? Like that's insane. Yeah. And now they're trying to outsource that all to the federal government. It's pretty fucking insane. Like I've noticed that's what California's trying to do. With their election recently, there was a law. They were essentially trying to make it the federal government's responsibility to fund their dumb shit. So I don't know.
Yeah, that's fucking nuts, man. Yeah, when you're giving like insane benefits beyond what your like citizens that were born there that are in need.
Well, yeah, it's beyond what lunacy. People who are working jobs get. Like if they're getting more and better treatment than people that work minimum wage.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they're ending up with more money. Like that's insane.
Yeah. Yeah, well, yeah, if you factor in all the benefits, like the free housing, probably free health insurance and all that shit too, plus giving them 10 grand and all that. Yeah, it probably goes quite a bit above minimum wage.
Exactly.
It might even be at the fucking like at least at a minimum, it's probably at the medium income level when you factor benefits equal.
So, at least like upper lower class essentially. Like they're not middle class, but they're not like super low class.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the other thing is like this stuff happens because we have it documented, but like you explain that to some of the people that actually do like agree with it, and they'll just deny it. And it's like, but we know it's happening. Like we have like video and like documented evidence. Like it's not a question of whether it's happening. No, it's not. Oh, okay. Like
no, we said it. It's not. So it's not. We have declared that it is not.
That's the part that's really disturbing sometimes.
It's fucking It's
what was really funny though, I'll tell you this is recently my uncle and his boyfriend came over, and my mom was like having a brunch with them, served it all and everything, and I went out to go mix some bread dough and say hey and clean up some dishes and stuff and be nice and whatnot and hang out. But they were all bemoaning how terrible like the grocery store is now, that like all these security features are there. And it was just like, well, fucking yeah. Right. It's your fault. You guys made that happen. That's all you guys. You voted for this. Like that's what happens when you don't have laws.
Yeah, you're bleeding hearts.
Like the police can't.
For the poor criminals of the world.
Won't protect them because there's no laws to stop the thieves, so they're going to protect their own stuff. Like, that's just what happens. Like, it's not even like it's not even like a corporate thing. It's like any rational human being who runs a business, whether it's a corporation or a small business with like 10 employees, is going to figure out how to protect their stock if the police won't. Because otherwise they're going to go out of business. So
yeah.
You can't operate when all the stuff is being stolen. You go out of business, especially the smaller businesses. So I don't know.
Yeah, what happened with I didn't watch the video, but there was a video you had posted about a mall, like New York or City,
they're trying to force the mall to stay open.
Was suing the mall for closing.
Yeah, they're trying to force the mall to stay open. So
they're trying to force the mall to stay open and lose money.
Welcome back to slavery, where you have to continue to do work even though you don't want to and you're not getting paid. That's cool. New York is going to be the slave master now, apparently.
Well, slavery... Yeah, I was going to say, it's at least slavery, you're not earning any money. With that, it's literally costing them money.
There's no businesses. So essentially, like, the businesses are almost all gone.
Yeah.
And there's just, like, some bathrooms and, like, some artwork hung in the empty places where businesses were, so it doesn't look as barren and gross. Like, so it doesn't look abandoned. And they're just saying, like, we're just going to shut down. Like, there's just not enough here to keep going. Like, the businesses.
Yeah, the fucking... The shrinkage was fucking ridiculous.
Well, and it wasn't even the malls, like, that said that. It was just all the different businesses that left the mall. You know what I mean? So, like, it's essentially they're just forcing this mall to stay open, like, without any, like, rent payers for no reason. Like, it's silly. I don't think that's gonna go. Yeah. I think that's gonna get struck down in court pretty quick. But it's disturbing as fuck that anybody would even think that that's reasonable, much less even try to do that.
Yeah.
Like, that's insane.
The fact that they're attempting it is disturbing.
I mean, can you imagine if, like, you went into your boss and you decided to quit and your boss is like, nah, you're going to keep working here for at least another month, period. We don't want you to go. And then you say, well, no, I just quit my job. And they'd be like, nah, we're going to go to the judge and they'll put you in jail if you don't come back and work for the next, the next two months or whatever. Like, that's slavery. Whether you get paid or not, you're being forced to do work that you did not want to do.
Yeah, no, it is definitely nuts that they're even trying to force a fucking failing business to stay open.
It's like the white guy and the black guy that do the like the comedy bit, like the old Muppet guys, where they just tell jokes and trash, like, jokes about things. Like, they're super, super left wing, but all their jokes are incredibly racist. It's like, oh, I guess it's okay when it's left wing people being incredibly racist.
Yeah.
Like, don't get me wrong, I like their jokes, I think they're hilarious, but it's like super funny to see, like, these extremely left-wing people just being like, the mask is off, and they're just extremely racist.
Yeah. God damn it, I had a point and I forgot what it was. Oh, yeah, I guess that was kind of part of what I was saying. I think the normies, I'm finally hearing, like, normie level people pointing out the fucking, the kind of backhanded racism of the leftists.
Oh, yeah.
The fucking, bigotry of low expectations and fucking that kind of shit. Like, I'm finally hearing that get more talked about. Like, it's kind of on you and I have recognized it for fucking close to a decade now, probably.
Or what was it, the group, the guy that
interviewed the ID
on the
thing?
streets about the ID thing? It's funny when they start catching on and you're like,
yeah.
That was So
yeah, no, those people that seem so compassionate about the plight of your people. Yeah. Again, no, those people that are pretending to be so compassionate about the plight of your people really think you're just fucking subhuman, and they like feel sorry for you. Yep. Like that seems to be the attitude of the.
Well,
fucking
you notice
leftists.
Whenever they talk about opportunities for like immigrants, it's always this like factory workers, maids, cooks. Like it's always
picking
stuff for
produce
like their benefit to like work for them. It's never like literally like something
manual,
for the benefit of the actual person. It's always something that would be essentially a servant's role for their in their world. Like, oh yeah, they can be a waiter or a waitress at the restaurant. They can do my laundry. They can clean my clothes. They can come watch my kids. You know, they can come babysit.
Yeah, they're not talking about them becoming fucking, you know, like rocket scientists or fucking astrophysicists or fucking any of that kind of shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, they and their fucking children and their children's children can pick my fucking lettuce and my fucking groceries from the fields.
It's fucking hilarious.
Yeah. So yeah, it is nice that even the normies seem to be fucking taking note of it.
Yeah, hopefully that gets a little more like more and more people start like kind of getting on board with that because we need more of the normies that don't have any idea what's going on in politics to actually pay some attention and get an idea of like, oh no, this is one side is completely insane. Like they're both dirty fucking criminals. But with one side, they're literally trying to sell our country to China. Like, they're not even pretending, like, well anymore. It's like, that's why they want us to be destabilized, so that we can't compete against China, like, with actual, like, work. And then they can shut down our factories and take all our jobs and give them to Chinese people that have come here illegally, or people from South America or Africa that are illegal.
Yeah, and, there was. I can't remember exactly what
apparently
it
there's
was,
now
but,
a bunch of...
Oh,
sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, no, I was going to say there was... I forget exactly what it was I was watching, but it was somebody that was kind of normie level, normie tier, was talking about how, like, not even just the politicians or whatever, but, like, the corporations themselves also want everyone fighting over stupid shit like fucking race and fucking religion and fucking... trans rights or whatever, to keep everyone distracted from them, like, you know, essentially running the government and fucking, you know, making shitloads of money without anybody noticing.
One of the things that blows my mind is how fucking retarded people got during the lockdowns. And it was just like, are you joking? Like, do you not realize, like, there's no reason Target and Walmart and all these other corporations should stay open while all the small businesses close? Like, that's ridiculous.
Yeah,
that's
like, how do you not realize that's
insane.
Suspicious as fucking hell?
All these companies made billions of dollars in record profit levels, and you're wondering why they locked us down, and you really think it was because the flu was going to kill us all?
Yeah. Yeah, how much market share did Amazon snap up during that? They fucking...
Oh, yeah. Well,
they were already doing pretty well.
Competition was put out of business, man. They literally was free carte blanche for them to literally just put any company they wanted out of business that was not a megacorp.
Yeah, tell them it's 2 weeks and we'll stretch it into like fucking, you know, good 2 years or so.
Yeah. Like
it didn't flatten the curve. It turns out that wasn't long.
Well, I was going to say, wasn't there that one lady who was like, I couldn't in good conscience remain open when my employees could literally earn more just doing nothing at home?
Yeah.
And then poor people like Satan and Satire, who was a contractor, who was like just completely fucked out of work.
Yeah.
So was put in a position where he had to spend like his inheritance instead of on like making his life better or like starting a business or something that would have benefited not just him but you know, his community at large.
Yeah.
Like all had to go to shit because he couldn't afford it anymore because he had to spend all that money just to fucking survive.
Yeah. Yep. A lot of fucking stories like that, dude. But yeah, it was definitely disturbing how many people just blindly accepted that shit. You know?
Well, some guy in a sweater vest with glasses said something. Oh, hold on a sec. Somebody's at my door.
Right. How dare they? How dare they intrude? I should probably check and see if anybody's fucking listening. Whatever.
Oh, my mom was trying to get me to go do the grocery shopping. No fucking clue what I want to make. And also, I'm always on a Discord call from like 3 to 6, so I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like they should probably be aware of that by now.
I've said it enough times, Thursdays.
You've been doing it for a while, yeah.
Every time they come in and interrupt me. What should I make for food? We have no dishwasher, so I need to make things that are like not dish intensive, I'm thinking. Because now that it's in my fucking head, I'm not going to be able to stop.
Alright. Yeah, it's just going to eat away at your brain while you're fucking trying to do other shit.
Yeah. Plus, I have to go to the bathroom really bad, so I'm gonna have to go out there eventually anyway, and then it's gonna look like I'm just trying to avoid doing this. I'm thinking. Ooh, you know what's good?
Yeah, fried chicken.
That would use a lot of pots and pans.
Oh yeah.
Not that I'm not good at. I do love making me some fried chicken. I especially like doing a thick breading, like making my own chicken strips. I think they come out really good when you do your own chicken strips, like at home. Like I like doing that, but not without a dishwasher, because then somebody has to hand wash all that shit.
Yeah, I was gonna say shepherd's pie, but that probably eats up a lot of dishes too.
Actually, that's not a bad one. I might do shepherd's pie one of the nights. Because we got instant mashed potatoes.
Oh yeah.
You know what? Not a lot of people like it though.
You have to boil them, steam them.
Like me and my mom would eat it, but then my brother and my sister wouldn't. Yeah. My brother and my sister are exceptional.
Yeah, my son would never. Yeah, my son would was never into it, even though he likes all the individual fucking
components,
things in it.
It's like beef stew with mashed potatoes on the top, and there's so many people who love beef stew but won't eat fucking shepherd's pie.
Yeah, yeah. No, like my son loves hamburger or fucking like meatballs or, you know, whatever. Yeah. Any of that kind of shit. Loves mashed potatoes, loves cheese. Because, yeah, I always put the layer of cheese on top and put it under the broiler. So it gets that nice, solid, hard coating on top, but then it's all gooey cheese underneath it.
Yeah.
Dude, it's so good. You gotta put a lot of cheese, though. But, I don't know. I think it's worth it. Just for that reason. Again, the top's, you know, you got that solid bit underneath. It's kind of baked in there, just all gooey underneath. Waiting for you to get at it. Shepherd's pie. God damn it, now I want shepherd's pie. Fuck.
Me too. Me too. You have made me want that very much.
But yeah, try putting it under the, you know, but again, put a shitload of cheese on top, dude. Like, almost to where it's above the rim.
Yeah, because it's all going to cook down and turn into a good crust.
Yeah, it's got the thin film of crust on top, and then underneath it's just all melted and fucking awesome.
Yeah, if you cook it right. Agreed, shepherd's pie is delicious. It's very delightful. I enjoy making it. Damn it.
Yeah. It's kind of a pain in the ass
also,
sometimes.
We just did meatloaf.
The consistency is not quite right.
True.
Yeah, if the consistency is not quite right, sometimes it can, you know, the potatoes are too heavy and they'll fucking bog down in the fucking shit. Either way, it's all still in there, and you can eat it.
Oh, see, that's why I like I like using instant mashed potatoes for shepherd's pie.
Yeah,
because the consistency is always the same, and it's really, really easy to make more if you didn't make enough, and like, you don't have to worry that like the next batch will be too much, like too sticky, or you'll beat it wrong or something, because it's all very consistent.
Yeah, although mine, with the OCD, I really mix the shit out of them, dude. So they almost look, by the time I'm done mixing them, there's no lumps or anything. So I guess it's more whipped potatoes than mashed. But, yeah, it looks like a very similar consistency to what instant potatoes look like.
Yeah.
Because of my obsessive mixing, my obsessive stirring and all that. I'm like, all right, I don't know. I don't want to have one bite be all salt and then another bite with no salt. So I'm going to stir this. Yeah, I'm going to stir and mix this up.
Oh, see, whereas like if I'm making mashed potatoes, I actually don't mind if there's like chunks and lumps and stuff in there. I like prefer that, where it's like some of it's solid and some of it's like right mashed and like there's bits of skin mixed in. I kind of like that. That's my style of mashed potatoes right there. Nobody else
I don't
in my
mind
house
it,
likes
but when I'm making it, when I make it, I just have to.
Do you use?
I just have to know that I mixed it.
Do you use a ricer?
Yeah, to steam it. You mean instead of boiling?
No. It's called a ricer. It's like it's like a big fucking thing. You put the potatoes in, and you squeeze them out through these little tiny holes on the bottom of it.
Oh no!
It's called a potato ricer. You will get the most fluffy, light mashed potatoes in the planet with a potato ricer, because literally you just put them in and it squeezes out the perfect mashed potatoes, and then you just have to add in like a little milk, a little butter, a little salt, pepper, whatever you want to add in, cheese, garlic, whatever.
Right.
Hit it with the mixer for like 10-20 seconds just to get all the flavors and the stuff dispersed, and it's perfectly mashed every time. And because you ran it through a ricer, you know there's no lumps because you watched it all come out in like these tiny little strings of fucking mashed potatoes.
Yeah. Right. No, I thought you meant the steamer or whatever. I'm like, I always
there's one way to steam. Yeah, you can steam potatoes, bake them. There's any number of ways to cook them for mashing, but putting them through a ricer is the part that's pretty fucking cool.
Yeah. So it seems like it's similar to the sausage
boiling
maker.
Potatoes to soften them, but I will admit that if you're not really on top of it, it's really easy to boil them too much and have them be kind of gross. So I can understand why you would steam it, because it's actually much less likely to sog out the potatoes.
Yeah, and I cut it up into pretty small chunks, so like I can cook like fucking 10 potatoes, and it still only takes like maybe 25-30 minutes to cook them, because I've cut them all up into little, pretty small little chunks.
Yeah, if you're gonna make mashed potatoes, there's no reason not to cut it down into small pieces, and so speed up the cooking time. Yeah, definitely. Like, I mean, you don't want them like fucking hash brown size, but you do want them pretty small.
Yeah.
Actually, to be honest, if you were to grate potatoes and then fucking cook them for mashing, that'd probably work too. Like, that'd probably be
I guess
pretty nice.
that's pretty similar.
Like 5-10 minutes,
I assume that's how they make like the instant, right? They just grind them up like that or whatever into tiny flakes and then just let it dry out. I assume that's how, I don't know if that's how they do that, but I assume that's how they do that, right?
I don't know. I have no idea. It makes sense.
Yeah.
What you're saying logically makes sense. Is that how it really works? I don't know.
Who fucking knows?
There's no way to find out. We'll never know.
I'll have to wait for Huggies to.
There's probably like a couple of different companies that make them, and they probably make it different ways. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
It's like there's different ways to make
instant maybe
coffee.
Right.
Because like you can spray dry it. You can just dry it in sheets or something and then grind it all up. Like, there's just a bunch of different ways to make the instant powdered coffee that people drink on purpose, I guess. I don't know. I'm not a coffee drinker, but it always seemed to me like that would be pretty gross.
Yeah, it seems. Yeah, instant coffee is a little. I think when I was in rehab the first time.
It's like better than no coffee. If you're a coffee drinker,
coffee.
I assume, but it's definitely not your first choice.
Yeah, I don't drink much coffee anymore. I used to. I used to drink a lot of Starbucks, a lot of fucking, especially like the cans, like the Frappuccinos and the double shots or whatever, in the bottles or the cans. Not much anymore though.
Oh,
but,
okay.
Yeah, decent amount.
I've never really cared for coffee, so I don't really drink it. I did go through a short period
Starbucks,
where I drank Starbucks for a while. Like, I'd have a white chocolate mocha, but that's not really coffee. Like, I was gonna say
that's
really coffee.
Yeah, there's very little coffee taste left by the time they get done with it.
Yeah, it's like, I like coffee flavored ice cream because it's very little coffee flavor, you know. But like, yeah, that's why I liked the Starbucks, because it was very clearly a sweet, sugary drink that had nothing to do with coffee. Saw coffee in the elevator once in passing, you know, like, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, everything is drowned out by all the other flavors. But dude, the white chocolate is so good. That's my favorite too. The fucking white chocolate mocha, so goddamn good.
White chocolate. That was a good one. Oh, what was it? I did tell you I found the probably the fattest thing that I've ever made was Uncrustables, right?
Yeah.
You can make those into French toast, and it's really, really good.
Wow, like actually dip it like in the egg shit and fucking
and then fry them up, yeah. And like, do you defrost them so they're room temperature? You know, they're like regular peanut butter and jelly sandwich temperature, and then you dip them in the batter and you fry them up, and you put a little bit of syrup on. You don't want to put a lot of syrup on. They don't really need a lot of syrup because they're already kind of sweet, but just like a little drizzle on there, and it's like, it's pretty fucking ridiculous. It's really, really good. Like the hot peanut butter and jelly inside with the syrup on the outside and the texture. Oh yeah.
Sounds good.
But it is.
Yeah, I was gonna say hot, like melted peanut butter. Yeah, it's definitely a favorite of mine anyway.
Yeah, melted peanut butter on toast. Oh, is good. Yeah. Oh, peanut butter toast is good. I used to do. What was it? We called it when I was growing up. We would call it peanut butter roast, where you would take instead of bread, you would use Eggos, and spread peanut butter on there. Toast them up and eat them like peanut butter toast, but with waffle, like the instant waffles. Yeah, pretty good.
Yeah.
Because you can put more peanut butter on there because it's got more surface area.
Yeah, it gets into the little fucking the wafflies.
And the heat transfers better, so it's even more melty all the time. Yeah. And it's not as weird as milk toast.
That's why
People think milk toast is weird, I think.
Yeah. Although, you know what? The English muffins.
Oh, English muffins with peanut butter?
Well, peanut butter and jelly, like basically like a peanut butter, like a hot peanut butter and jelly sandwich is really good too. Or just the peanut butter is awesome because again, it gets down in there in the nooks and the crannies, as they say.
Yeah.
But yeah, both of them together, because I would make just regular toasted peanut butter and jelly, which is really good too.
Oh yeah. Hey,
But yeah, especially in the English muffin, because again, a lot of shit gets stuck down in the holes and the nooks and the crannies.
Oh yeah, you can get more peanut butter and jelly in there. I really got to go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
I think
all right.
Fucking hot dogs I tried earlier were not a good brand.
All right, I'll just read the chat while you're gone and interact with the chat.
Well, now's the time to take my dog over somewhere.
How is that? here. Would you stop? It's just Grammy. Would you relax? It's Grammy. See? Calm down. It's Grammy. It's Grammy. Sit. It's Grammy. It's Grammy, you weirdo.
What are you barking at? Why are you barking?
Damn it.
Why are
All right, that was fun.
You pull your arm socket out.
Well, no, he twisted, and my hand was caught up in his fucking.
What? Did you see the first stroke I was in?
Come on, weirdo. You gotta stop with that. You gotta calm down, weirdo. Ay. All right. Well, I assume the fucking. Oh, that's committed to fucking for posterity. Nice little interlude there. I'll actually check the chat just in case. Somehow. Oh, that's not even our video I'm watching. Fucking fantastic. Nope, that's not it either. Try one more time. You gotta relax, Poppy. What are you gonna do if somebody's actually coming after us, huh? You're gonna bark at them a bunch and then run up and lay down and have them rub your belly? Crazy puppers. Okay, you relax, weirdo. I'll give you a little more room to roam, okay? Yeah. Oh, look, nobody watching. That's kind of what I figured. They're showing two, so that's probably me and Stabby, I assume. All right. Not sure how long he's going to be gone because it didn't sound like he just had to pee. So I'll look through the Discord, see. Oh, I posted the picture of Mussolini and the others that got strung up. It's far away that I was hoping that it wasn't as disturbing as it could be. I probably should have asked Stabby if he wanted to see it before I posted it, but whatever. My apologies if not. Got a nice shot of my of the grand puppy. The other day I took him in the side yard, and we have the turtle pond in the side yard there with all the other crap that my mom's growing in gardens. And we have a turtle in there, oddly enough, in the turtle pond. And he, for most of the winter, he hasn't come out hardly at all for, turtle reasons, I'm assuming. But he's come out a lot lately. And usually as soon as you step outside the side door, the turtle bolts into the water. So you immediately hear it splashing into the water. But this time, for whatever reason, the turtle was just hanging out and wasn't moving. And I was trying to point it out to the puppy, to Luke, to my grand puppy. And the whole time the turtle wasn't moving, he wasn't doing anything. My dog loves to sniff around the area, the enclosure or whatever, which is made out of literally just house tiles stood up on their side and planted in the ground. That's the fence or whatever you want to call it. But anyways, yeah, he got all the way around the front and the near side, all the way around the side to the back side, and the turtle was still not going in. And the dog was probably just a couple feet away from him, and he was sniffing into the area. And then the turtle finally started moving and went, right into it. And the dog noticed finally once it started moving. So I assume the way dogs' vision works, it doesn't work all that well if there's not any movement happening in situations like that. So yeah, as soon as it moved, he did a fucking jump back and reared up, had his head and neck all way up, and yeah, I managed to catch that little bit right at the end when the turtle finally started moving and he reacted to it. It wasn't great camera work because again, I just barely turned it on in time to catch the whole thing. So I'm glad I got it, but not my best camera work as far as centering and that kind of shit. But anyways, I posted that in the Discord. It was pretty good shit. I wish I knew how to edit because when Luke saw him and he fucking kind of jumped back a little bit, got himself reared up and his head and neck reared up, it would have been a perfect time to throw in the Metal Gear surprise exclamation point thought bubble or whatever, and the sound, the sound, goddammit. So yeah, anyways, I wish I knew how to do that. I should probably learn. It's not like I don't have the fucking time to do it. So there's that. That was kind of fun. So I'm glad I at least caught it on camera, because sometimes I miss some of the stuff he does. Like we have the hummingbird feeders, and I'm on a thing. Yeah. Oh shit, you back? Hello?
Hello?
Somebody joined. What's
Hey.
happening? Who's there?
Hey,
Who's
what?
there?
Smash.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Smash, welcome. Yeah.
Hey, what
All right,
happened?
No, Stabby had to go.
Just...
Stabby had to go use the restroom. So.
Oh, okay, all right. Just filling up, making noise, making sure that all the viewers at home, we know there's so many of them, are watching and paying attention.
Yeah, I think it's me and Stabby. Those are the two watching, I assume. But yeah, if you look in the Discord, I don't know if you have access to it. Well, I assume you'd have access to it. But
how am I here?
like the third one up, there's a short video that I caught of my dog reacting to the turtle. We have a little turtle pond in the side yard where we have where my mom grows fucking, whatever garden shit she does. There's also a little turtle pond section. And the turtle, for the wintertime, he's never out there. You know what I mean? Because he's a reptile or whatever. He's been coming out more. And yesterday, he almost always, as soon as you open the door and step out, you hear a splash, and it's a turtle fucking going into the pond. But for whatever reason, he was just hanging out, and he was not going in. The dog loves that area. He loves sniffing around the edges. Mm-hmm. The edges are basically, I took these... my son's great grandmother, really, but anyways, his nana had all these roof tiles that were almost flat that they had zero use for. So I took a bunch of them and I stood them on the side and kind of buried them a little to use that as the enclosure. And again, obviously got the turtles and shit, and one of those prefab ponds from Home Depot or whatever. And anyways, it's a little turtle enclosure. But anyways, so yeah, normally things doesn't hang out at all. As soon as somebody steps out, he's usually splashing into it. But for whatever reason, my dog, my grandpuppy, loves that area. So he's sniffing all the way around it, and he got all the way to the backside, and the turtle still hadn't gone in.
Yo.
But then, when he got within a couple feet of him, it was basically the turtle finally started moving, and you see my dog jump back, like he does the fucking kind of rears up and moves back a little when he finally notices the turtle. I don't know, dude. I wanted to be able to, if I knew how to edit at all, like the Metal Gear Solid, surprise thing with the exclamation point and the drink sound or whatever, would be fucking perfect. Yeah. I do not know how to do that. But anyways,
I've seen that video. That would be funny.
Yeah. Oh, did you watch it, Stabby?
Yeah.
It's not very long. Yeah.
It just showed up in my feed as a random suggested video, so I watched it and I was like, "Oh yeah, that's pretty funny."
Yeah. I was telling him, dude, that turtle normally bolts immediately, and for whatever reason, my dog sniffed around the entire outside of it and got to the backside, and did not notice a turtle. I'm trying to draw his attention to it. I'm like, "Look, there's a turtle," and until the turtle moved, he did not notice it. And that's why he had that weird surprise reaction.
Could be. Yeah. I don't remember. Do turtles hibernate?
Some do, not all.
No, but they're they definitely are far less active during the winter.
No, some actually do hibernate. There's I've seen YouTube videos where this lady buries her turtles every year and then digs them up the next year. It's fucking crazy. But it's that particular breed of turtle. I don't think it's every breed of turtle, and I don't know that they need to. I just think they can.
Right. Yeah, I assume that's in areas where shit actually freezes over. I don't think these turtles do. They certainly don't need to here. If they do. The desert wasteland doesn't exactly get into a lot of freezing temperatures. Not poopers. But yeah, Samaj, if you get a chance, dude, it's a pretty short video. It's 3 or 4 up in the thing. If you want to check it out.
Yeah, I was watching while you were talking. Yeah.
Okay. Oh. Yeah, wouldn't that Metal Gear Solid thing just be perfect for when the fucking dog jumps back like that?
You do that, yeah.
Thanks for humoring me. I appreciate it.
If you want to see something good, Samaj, though, you gotta watch the what is it called? Really Big Cock video. With it's got like an old guy facing to the side with a guitar. That is fucking magical. That man is a never-ending font of entertainment, to be honest.
I don't know. I got like a minute in. This is pretty funny, but Jesus Christ, dude.
Oh, see, here's the thing. It starts out, and then, like, it'll take a twist towards the end in a lot of his songs. Like, the one where he's talking about scat. Like, oh, you got some scat on your face. Like, oh, I've got some scat on my bum. And you're like, what the fuck is going on? It's so good.
All right. Yeah, that guy seems pretty deranged, but like a very entertaining.
He's very entertaining, but like he's really good at music. Like, I'm sorry, those are good songs. Yeah. Like, if you were to apply that same level of skill to like any other regular song, you'd be like, oh, that's not bad at all. You know, that's pretty good. You might not necessarily be like, fucking like Elvis Presley good, but you'd be like, you know what, I could go listen to that guy at a bar on a fucking Friday night. Like, if he was playing like a local bar or like a small venue, I'd go fucking pay to see that shit. Although, to be fair, I'm a degenerate, so I'd pay to see the shit he's playing now. I'd much rather, I'd absolutely pay to see him play right now. Though the songs he's already written.
You know, it would be great. Dude, if I could watch people watch him that were unaware of what it is he does, that would be fucking amazing, dude. You know what I mean? Like, people are thinking they're getting some regular entertainment. That guy's coming up and about to fucking sing his song. Dude, it would be fucking, oh my god. That would be the greatest ever, just to watch people's horrified reaction.
It'd be like the opposite of, you ever see those videos where it's people that see the Righteous Brothers for the first time?
I have no idea who the Righteous Brothers are.
Oh, whoa.
You lost that love and feeling?
Definitely heard the Righteous Brothers. You just don't know who they are. I guarantee you've heard them, because they're in so many movies, and like their music
what songs did
they... the original Top Gun is probably the most famous one, right?
I was gonna look up a couple and throw them in the chat real quick. So like, that'll be quicker than just telling you, I think.
Original.
Probably.
Yeah, I don't know if...
Oh, I see your pancakes. Yeah, that was an interesting set of pancakes.
Yeah, that was my first attempt at keto pancakes. So the first one clearly...
that explains it. I was like, man, a 10-year-old can make regular pancakes. Something must be weird about these. I saw the pictures on Gaming's Discord.
Yeah, they're keto pancakes. The first picture was like the first attempt, and then the next one it got a bit better. So one of the problems with this recipe is that, for me, I think I messed up. I put in a little too much cream, so it's a lot more runny than need be. And the reason why they're so odd shaped in the second picture is because they kind of pull to the sides of the pan. So I just thought, So most time when I see people, like I watch a couple of those videos on how to make them, what they did is they took like a cookie cutter, like a little metal thing, put in the pan, and then they coated it with like some spray, and then they put the stuff in there. That way, it kept it perfectly round. Because I've
got my mom does that shit, and her I don't really eat them because I don't do any keto shit. But like the waffles and pancakes she makes seem to be a very similar consistency to real waffles and pancakes. So I'll see if I can get the recipe for that and see if that works for you.
There's a couple ways. I will say, just tasting these things, they're actually really good.
Oh yeah, keto stuff is really tasty. I used to do like a blueberry muffin, keto blueberry muffins that I would eat for breakfast on most mornings.
And the only reason I looked up on these pancakes because the other day I went to the supplement place, and I saw that they had like strawberry and maple syrup, and I thought, fuck yeah, I can actually have pancakes again. Oh my god, let's do it! Because I knew there was a recipe out there. So I thought I'd give it a go, and the syrup's delicious. I love the syrup; it's also good. So
yeah, weirdly enough, the sugar-free syrup that people use for keto is really tasty. Like, even if you're not looking for sugar-free, like, it's still better than most of the syrup.
Mm-hmm.
Like, except for, like, real genuine maple. Like, it doesn't hold a candle to genuine maple syrup. But it's pretty darn good.
Yeah. That's tough to beat, man. Maple syrup is very tough to beat.
Yeah, but it definitely beats the shit you buy off of, like, the, like, Aunt Jemima or, like, Buttersworth or whatever. Like,
yeah, regular.
Where it's just sugar syrup. Like, it's not really made from maple.
Yeah. It's regular pancake syrup or whatever. Yeah.
American syrup.
I hear ya.
We'll call it American syrup because Canadians would never tolerate that bullshit. Maybe
I'm very polite. I'm very polite. I won't say it to your face. I mean, I'll do it behind your back though.
He's thinking it. He's thinking it really hard. He's not going to say it. Yeah, we all know it.
I mean,
the fact that you have a strategic maple syrup reserve is one of the funniest things ever.
I mean, can't blame me.
I mean, it is.
The fact that exists is fucking amazing, dude. That Canada has a strategic maple syrup reserve.
Yeah, it is one of their major exports, right? Like, it is one of the things they sell more than anything else, right? If I'm not wrong.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do have a fair bit of them. So, what we do?
It's like Canada and Vermont,
I think,
you know.
There's a reason.
That and oil and gas, but that's besides the point.
Oh yeah, and war crimes.
Yeah,
well, not war crimes, but war crimes that will eventually be war crimes.
Well, it's never a war crime. You do
actually. Yeah, where I lived in upstate New York, there's a lot of maple trees there. There's definitely, you'd routinely see, trees with fucking spigot stuff into them, getting the maple sap.
Yeah, I've also heard you can do that.
Yeah,
with
that whole
birch
New
trees.
England area, New York.
Like you can make birch syrup. Yeah, I've heard you can make birch syrup too. It's supposed to be really good. But substantially harder to get very much of, essentially. Like it's really good, but it takes a long time.
What about pine sap? Do they make anything out of pine sap? Because it seems like there's a lot of.
They used to make a form of liquor out of pine needles.
Yeah, I remember hearing about those.
Yeah, they would use pine needles as like essentially the flavoring and the sugars from the pine needles to make like a very light beer.
There you go, or something.
Yeah, it was just a thing. What was it was what do you have available? That you don't want to not have beer because you can't drink water. So they use fucking pine syrup or pine needles and use those to make the beers. No, I do like that Canada was the ones that were handing over like canned food to the Germans in World War II, and then after that they're like, "Oh, you want more?" and then just threw a bunch of fucking grenades.
Yeah.
Like, Jesus Christ, Canada! We thought you were so nice.
I always say in our defense,
pine syrup is the thing, by the way.
Indeed, we don't have like the military or the muscle to defend ourselves and participate in war like the rest of you, like real countries. So we get real creative.
Yeah, that's a one word for it. Yeah.
Maybe what you guys should be doing. Maybe what you guys should be telling us to like hurry up, Canada, start investing into your army, recruiting, that kind of stuff. That way, you'll have a reason to participate like a normal country.
Yeah, you won't do like the most disturbing war crimes ever.
Oh my god!
That's like a thing that gets like used in like movies and television shows all the time. Like some variations thereon of it.
I mean, we inspire a lot of things.
They did a play on that for Serenity or Firefly. I forget which one it was in. Like if it was in the movie or if it was in the TV series. But there was a part where Mal was talking about how the corporate people did that to the rebellion soldiers. But it was with apples, I think. And because they did a thing where like every time they would eat apples, they would always use a knife. And it was because the enemy in their fight had tossed them a bunch of apples with a bunch of fucking grenades in some of the apples.
Just saying.
And I know I've seen other things of that similar kind of thing in other films where they talk about it.
Oh yeah.
But not the actual World War II thing, but just like using that, like essentially that story in a different way.
I'm just saying. I mean, we gotta be creative here.
Honestly, I don't fucking care. I'm not one of those like bleeding heart idiots. That's like, oh no, you have to have rules in a war. Nah, you're fucking killing each other. Like you've gone beyond rules at this point. There's no more civil discourse to be had. It's whoever the fuck wins at that point. And I don't give a fuck how you win. You know,
just wants to get
winner's
the job
the winner.
done.
Yeah.
Well, I tend
Hitler
to
didn't
think
win. That's all I'm saying. The Canadians took out a bunch of the German soldiers through some less than polite tactics. Yeah, good for them.
Oh, we're very polite. We're very polite. But so nice. We'll bake you some cupcakes and send them your way.
Yeah, no, I'll pass on the cupcakes, but thanks.
Oh, you like our bacon? Oh yeah, you like our bacon, eh?
Yeah, Canadian bacon. I like Canadian bacon on pizza.
Oh man, Canadian bacon's so good.
On pizza, very much so. I mean, it's ham. Like I'm good with any kind of bacon, really. Canadian, German, French. I don't give a shit. It's fucking pig. Fry me up some pig, baby.
I love that meme I saw where it showed a guy and he was talking with his doctor. The doctor said, "I recommend you eat more seafood." And in the next frame, it shows the guy behind the pig in a pool saying, "Swim, you fat bastard."
Well, you're on keto. That's the egg and cheese and bacon diet, right? Like bacon, egg, and cheese.
Yeah, it is. Fuck yeah, it is. I only wish I had more bacon.
I think the only thing you have to worry about with that is like they're very calorie dense. So if you're not careful, it's easy to go like way more calories than you need.
You shut your fucking mouth. Don't get in front of me. Don't get in my way of bacon.
Yeah, really. What. Yeah, we know what happens when you make the Canadians mad. I better be careful.
Bacon wrapped hot dogs, dude.
Oh god, that's so good.
I'll be honest. I have some limits. I mean, I'll eat the bacon. But then again, I'm the weird one who doesn't like things mixing.
Oh, you're like the guy who would buy those plate dividers with little things where you can stick on your plate to keep the food from getting...
I wish I had those.
Yeah, oh, they sell them on Amazon for like $5 or something. I keep seeing them on like YouTube Shorts.
I know, but I'm already a weird person at parties. I can't do that.
You don't want to be the guy that whips out like the fucking food divider for your own plate. No, I was thinking you would just do that at your house, like when you're eating on your own.
No,
I expect anyone to take that shit to a party. Although now I fucking want to. Just to fuck with people. Oh man, be the guy everybody's looking at. Did you just fucking put food dividers on this fucking paper plate at this fucking barbecue? Who the fuck does that? And I don't care if food makes.
Pretty sure. I was gonna say the Canadian bacon thing was not actually from Canada, right? Like, wasn't it something during the war too? Like Britain or somewhere, like was like, hey, no more regular bacon. We got this Canadian bacon. They passed it off as.
Yeah, I fully expect that everything in culture has been culturally appropriated. I don't believe for a second that.
Oh yeah, by somebody somewhere at some point.
Yeah, I mean, it could very well be it's not a Canadian thing, and I don't care. I don't care if we appropriate it. I think it's good. Yeah. Good food is good food.
No, I think they used it as like a marketing thing. Like they were selling it. They just made up that it was a Canadian thing. Like in Britain or maybe it was the U.S., but I thought it was. I remember hearing it was Britain. That they're just like, hey, let's call this shit Canadian bacon. It'll sell better than just this, ham thing or whatever it actually is.
It could be.
Now I gotta fucking know. God damn it.
I've always wondered why people get mad at Canadian bacon, because there are people who like find it offensive, and it's like, but it's still pork. Like it's still really good tasting. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, it's odd, dude. Like just the name of something. Yeah, it's fucking stupid. I'm gonna get angry at the name of something.
Look, it's perfectly okay.
Fatback, essentially.
Yeah, look. In my opinion, is that it's perfectly okay to be wrong. Okay, it's all right. It's all right. Nothing wrong with that.
It's like because I think Canadian bacon and regular like American bacon, they both have their place. There's different applications for both of those things.
Yeah, one's good and one's boring.
Wait, you're against regular American bacon? I'm kind of surprised.
Let's be honest here. When it comes to like if we're talking like delicacies of the bacon, we all know who's superior.
I would put them both on the same level, but apparently you're a bacon snob or something, I guess.
I'm just no. It's nothing. No, it's nothing like that. I'm just right. That's all. What are you talking about?
Yeah, their opinion is objectively wrong.
Oh, in every way, yes.
No, I don't do that because like my dad used to be like super fucking crazy about people not eating his food. He would get like mad. Like,
oh, really?
I had to grow up with that. Yeah. Oh, he would get so pissed if you didn't want to eat what he cooked. And it's like, I think he considered it a reflection on him. Like he didn't get that it was like, no, I just don't fucking like sloppy joes, bruh. Like it's nothing to do with you. I just don't like sloppy joes. They're not my thing. They're not my jam. Everybody loves sloppy joes.
I like
but
them.
Not me.
I crave them. Most of the time I don't. But yeah, sometimes I crave sloppy joes, especially with some good salsa and fucking like hot sauce or whatever.
That's pretty good. On occasion, had like a good sloppy joe, but most of them I'm not a fan of. Like because there's different recipes and like different methods for doing it. Like obviously, so. I don't hate it to the point where like if I was at somebody's house and that's what they were serving for dinner and I was over for dinner, I wouldn't eat it. Like I don't hate it. I just don't care for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's just not great. Yeah. Like I said, most of the time I'm like, yeah. But every once in a while I get a craving for it. It's kind of like the burgers at AM/PM. Like a vast majority of the time.
I don't think I've ever had an AM/PM burger. What's AM/PM? Oh, it's a convenience store, right?
Yeah. They're not great, dude. But for some reason, they've got a unique taste, and for some reason, I crave it. Like I don't know, every few months or so. But yeah, like as a daily thing or even a pretty regular thing, I don't like them. But for some reason, every once in a while, I crave that weird taste.
Huh? Strange. It's like Taco Bell. I know Taco Bell's gonna make me sick whenever I eat it because their fucking food is gross. But like every couple of months, I fucking have to have like a chicken quesadilla. I'm sorry. Like every so often, I just gotta have a chicken quesadilla or some nachos from Taco Bell.
Or you could just not eat the food that's made with chemicals and human flesh. I'm just saying.
Nope. Gotta have that Taco Bell once in a while. I'm gonna move to Haiti. I gotta compete with the fucking warlord that started eating people there. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A Soylent burrito.
Pretty much what it is. Yeah.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, I knew about.
I'm so amazed that somebody chose Soylent as their name brand and it's successful.
Wait, that's a thing?
Yeah, it's like a fucking
drink.
Like a drink.
The drink meal things or whatever, right? That's what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's supposedly like a thing where you buy these little fucking plastic jars full of like powder or whatever, and then like you add water and it's like supposed to be like a one full meal's worth of like nutrients, like the perfect balance.
And,
they have a green one. They have a Soylent Green.
Yeah.
That's amazing to me.
Alright, now that you bring that up, I think I do remember hearing about this.
Yeah, it was like a big marketing push for a while. Lots of YouTubers were selling that shit. Now it's the Huel cups. The Huel, Huel, is kind of like the big YouTube push that a lot of YouTubers push that bullshit.
Yeah.
I'd buy a meal cup if they had one that wasn't fucking vegetarian. Because like the vegetarian protein is just not as good as like meat protein. It's just not as good for you.
Yeah, anything that says vegetarian, I just stay away from. It's like, come on, why bother?
Yeah.
It's like, what's the point?
Well, here's the thing. This is the weirdest thing. So like, I went and I took a bunch of different cooking classes, like for different kinds of cooking. Like I did like Cambodian and like Thai, and then I even did a vegetarian class. And let me tell you, the vegetarian food I cooked in that class was really good. But it wasn't trying to be fake any other kind of food. Right? It was just food that didn't have meat in it. And it was super, super, super good. And I would definitely do that again. But yeah, like the vegetarian stuff they sell you, like where it's like Pranaby meat, that stuff's always gross as fuck.
Yeah, or it's like highly salty or something.
Or like it's super dangerous for you. It's not really very good. Like, isn't like the Impossible Burger from, I think it's Burger King that does the Impossible Burger or whatever?
I think they discontinued it.
Whopper.
Because it was super, super way unhealthier than even like the regular shit they were selling. It was like, God damn, dude, how did you do that?
It just doesn't taste very good. So it's like, I think they discontinued it because it's like no one was buying it.
Well, there was a big marketing push, so everybody was talking about how amazing it was for a while. But yeah, I'm not surprised. It was really gross. I never tried it. I was never gonna. But it was like, I like meat, and it's healthier to eat a regular burger from Burger King if you're buying Burger King. So why would I ever buy an Impossible Burger? Will be the point.
Yeah.
The Chizza I kind of want to try, but I also kind of don't.
The Chizza?
It's a KFC thing where it's a chicken pizza. Where the chicken crust is their KFC chicken, and then they just put like pizza toppings on it and like pizza sauce.
Oh,
I don't know if that's available everywhere, but I've definitely seen like advertisements for it, and like they do sell it in my area.
Yeah, I've never heard of that, dude. That's crazy.
I mean, maybe that goth guy you're talking about is in fucking California.
Yeah, I think he's in like West Virginia or something crazy like that. But yeah,
where that looks different and unusual instead of where that's like just the norm. the goth look in California, you just look like a normal person. Like that's like,
that's interesting.
People dress like that all the time.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So it's like a big, kind of like a big chicken tender with fucking cheese and sauce and pepperoni on it. It looks like.
Yeah, it's
interesting.
It may have been a limited thing too.
Yeah, I'm gonna check mine.
Now I'm curious.
I don't watch a lot of commercials, and I don't watch a lot of TV or whatever. So, yeah, I'm gonna check and see if my local KFC has it. What I like about my local KFC is they actually have like an all-you-can-eat buffet thing going on.
Oh wow, they're literally,
which I did not know was not very common.
The thumbnail for if you want to order like food to eat off of Uber Eats for fucking KFC, the thumbnail is the Chizza.
Oh wow!
Like they're really going all in on this.
Yeah, I'm double checking it. Sounded,
that's actually
sounded like it was something
that's actually
that was
a really good option for a fucking meal if you're on keto.
Yeah, I've come to realize that fast food is just not a thing when you're on keto.
The small Chizza is 410 calories, and it's just marinara, pepperoni, the cheese, and the chicken breast. Like that would actually be a reasonable like lunch or breakfast or something. Like,
yeah, it looks like they have it here too. So yeah, it seems like it's everywhere.
That might actually give you too many carbs. Come to think of it, but I bet you can get it on grilled chicken if you want.
Or I could just not altogether.
Yeah, it's better to save your money.
Yeah.
Because honestly, if you wanted to make something like that, if you wanted something like that, you could make it at home. Probably way tastier than KFC is going to make it.
And healthier too.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it would be superior in every way if you made it at home, for sure.
Pizza.
Because I would take, like, they're not even thinning out the chicken breasts, which is dumb. Because if I was going to do, like, a chicken crust for the pizza, I would take a chicken breast and smash it out until it was real thin. Because otherwise, like, it'd be like super thick. It'd be really hard to keep any toppings on it, and chicken breasts aren't really that large anyway.
Yeah, I was just now thinking of how I could make that into an actual like pizza shape, instead of just having a little, a large sized chicken tender and doing it with that.
Yeah.
Well, it would be interesting to do that on top of like how they use the cauliflower as crust for the or whatever the keto pizzas. Put a layer of cauliflower, a bunch of chicken on top of that, and then
I've tried one of those. Yeah, I've tried those. I know
they're gaming says
that's what everyone keeps saying.
They're not great.
I think they're disgusting.
I didn't care for the cauliflower pizza crust either. I did the ones when I did pizza crust that were Parmesan cheese and almond flour.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, and I could come up with a fair, and it wasn't like a it never came out like an actual pizza crust like your normal pizza crust. It came out like a really thin crust pizza. But it was much more reasonable, much more like an actual thin crust pizza crust, not like the weird texture and flavors you get from like the chicken or the cauliflower fake ones.
Right.
What was
it's nothing. Yeah, compared to a regular pizza, it is not good. But it's like edible. I guess that's the way I can fucking.
Oh yeah. Give it a choice.
It's not great. It's not
a regular pizza, but the thin crust, it's not too bad.
Yeah.
If you were going crazy, really wanting a pizza, the thin crust one was a pretty good option. Have you tried Rouse marinara for your keto stuff?
No, not yet.
Okay, so there's a brand of marinara called Rouse, R-A-U-S, and what's really nice about it is the ingredients are tomatoes and seasonings. And so there's no extra sugar, and it's actually fairly low carbohydrates per serving. Like, you can actually serve yourself a pretty reasonable amount if you want, like, marinara for some sort of meal for whatever reason. It's pretty nice.
My mom gets a shitload of the keto candies. And,
the candies?
Yeah, whatever the, the erythritol or whatever they use.
Oh yeah,
has
got that
an
weird cold
aftertaste.
flavor. It makes your mouth taste cold, almost like a weird cold thing.
Well, there's a weird aftertaste to it, similar to what I would always have when I drink like diet sodas. Like it would taste good at first, but with pretty quickly you'd get this weird, gross aftertaste. And it's weird because different stuff seems to have different levels of that. Like some of them I can barely detect it, and some of them it's really strong. Like the aftertaste.
Because I did a lot of cooking.
The chocolate-covered almonds are good, and yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
I was gonna say when I did baking, if you use erythritol and stevia together, it eliminates the aftertaste for some reason. And it also eliminates a lot of the cold feel from the erythritol. And you can do like erythritol, xylitol, whatever sort of sugar-based alcohol you want. But it was a combination of stevia and that one, for some reason, gave you a really similar option to actual sugar if you needed to sweeten something.
All right.
Although I did find when I did keto, I really didn't want the sweet candies as much because, like, after a while without eating like refined sugar, your taste just fucking changes. Like everything is so much sweeter. Like fruits and salads and stuff like that are just super sweet.
They are. I've noticed that myself.
Like lettuce is like candy. It's so fucking crazy.
One of my favorite things, I like getting like those big bars of chocolates, like the caramel ones with like either mint or a sea salt caramel or whatever. Fucking delicious. I always love them, and it's such a annoying thing because I'll go around, and I'll see them, and I'm like, okay, no, I can't. I gotta wait because I'm sticking to it this time. Because the last time I did keto, I did good, but then I like almost immediately started losing weight really fast. And I got nervous because I could see my skin starting to sag down around the waist, and I'm like, okay, I gotta stop. Because my brother, he was big, and he lost a lot of weight, and he had this sagging skin. It would just sort of dangle down there, and I saw him without a shirt on. I'm like, oh god.
I think you can do things to make it slowly go away if you have a lot of time. But most of the time, it's like surgically, it needs to be removed surgically if you want to get rid of it.
When Gaming lost his weight, because he had the same thing, he had a lot of dangling skin. He says that the skin will reattach, but it takes about, for him, it took him 2 years.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Now, there is a way.
It's a really long time. 2 years is a long time for your fucking skin to be dangling.
It is. Now, there's a few ways you can speed the process along, because a lot of what's left in there is like water weight. So, like for myself, like this time around, where I feel a little bit more confident is because I got some you can get like a sauna suit, like a shirt and pants that'll help you sweat off all that extra weight.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, when I'm walking around going to the gym, I have like a sauna wrap around my gut, and it clearly works. I fucking sweat like a goddamn pig. Even now I have it on, so that's helping with a little bit of that whole don't get intimidated by the losing of the weight thing. Also, it's like you gotta lose it and then go through the awkwardness of being a little flabby there for a bit.
Yeah, and who gives a fuck at that point, right? Because it's like it's your health. It's not like if somebody wants to make fun of it, it's like, oh, okay, I got really healthy. Well, I'm a loser. Okay, sure.
Well, it's more.
You know what I mean? So who gives a shit, right? I'd fucking wear it with pride, honestly.
Yeah, well, it's like I'm not overly concerned now. I was at one point, but I'm like, it's really not that big a deal. Who am I trying to impress? It's like, let's just do what you gotta do.
Yeah, it's one of those things where anybody who would make you or try to make you feel bad about it is not the kind of person you would give a shit about anyway. So why would their opinion matter?
Because it's my opinion.
Oh yeah, well if you hate yourself, that's different.
Yeah, see, there you go. See, that's the problem. Yeah, it's like, okay, I don't walk around with a shirt every day. I don't do that kind of thing. I don't get strange looks. But I do to myself whenever I go to the shirt. So really, it's a personal thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but you know what?
You're an artist. Just tattoo the shit out of it. And nothing can go wrong with that.
I will never tattoo myself. All right, I've told myself that there's only a handful of reasons I'd ever get a tattoo. Like if it's something important, let's say I have a kid or something, maybe I tattoo their name onto it. Yeah, sure, why not? Maybe for something like that, but not often. I don't want to get something stupid like some cartoon character on me. And the only other reason I'd get a tattoo, because I've always thought it was kind of cool. If I ever go to Japan, I would love to talk to one of those old school guys. You know how they do the old school tattoos? They still practice to this day.
Oh yeah, with the ashes and the sticks and the fucking little hammers and shit.
Yeah. And I thought, oh my god, how badass would I be to say, hey, fuck yeah, I got that kind of tattoo. I thought I'd do that. That's what, but of course that's illegal in Japan. Although they do allow it for cultural reasons in certain areas.
I forgot Japan has that weird taboo about tattoos and the Yakuza and all that kind of shit.
Yeah. So there's only a handful of exceptions. So there's this town where you have this old school guy or groups that do the old school tattoos. So you can get a tattoo there, but they discourage that. And foreigners come in there all the time to get the tattoos. Now the other thing to keep in mind, you got the cultural thing there, but also the tattoo artist himself. He says that you could ask him to do a tattoo, and he may do it. Because they may do it. They may not. Because they get requests all the time. But he did say, no matter what, he decides what tattoo he's putting on you. And it could be something small. It could be something big. Who fucking knows? But either way, you ain't going anywhere until the tattoo is done.
That's fucking weird.
Yeah, so that's the thing, and people sometimes, no one ever really says it, but people assume that it will be enforced by people like the Yakuza. So it's if you, let's say he starts and you're like, fuck, I can't do this, you try to run, they'll hunt you down. And maybe you get on the flight or something, they'll hunt you down and drag you right back. Tie you down.
It depends on if you're in Japan. They'd probably bring you back if you're in Japan, maybe.
If you're in Japan, yeah, you might be able to get away.
Japan, I wouldn't worry about it.
I would. Because the Yakuza aren't just Japanese. They're not just in there. They actually have agents all over the world. How far does it go? No one really knows. They just sort of say. There have been people who have been attacked.
Here's why I wouldn't Wouldn't worry about it outside of Japan because they don't want that kind of fucking press over something so fucking minor. You know what I mean? They don't want, like, man kidnapped by a fucking Japanese crime syndicate and drugged back to Japan for tattoo. They don't want that.
No,
in Japan, they can easily keep that under wraps. Outside of it, that's going to be press anywhere you go. Everybody's going to want to fucking tell that story. That would be hard but that's to keep from fucking getting out.
That's the point. See, the Yakuza love those stories because they sound totally badass, and they do that because they say our influence is so massive we can get that. They want those stories to get out. That's why they said they'll do it. They don't care. And I'm not saying that they'll drag you in there because either they'll drag you in there or they'll hunt you down. One way or the other, the message is going to get out. A lot of these groups, I say, yeah.
But then again, if you know that that's the thing in the first place, you'd be kind of stupid to go there if you didn't want to, like, you weren't willing to handle, like, getting a giant fucking crazy tattoo.
Well, it's not. Yeah, it's not like you're joining any group. It's like you get to do it for bragging rights to say you fucking did it. And
yeah. Honestly, I respect the people that have a very specific thing that they want for a tattoo, but I kind of feel like if you're going to an artist, like a tattoo artist, like, you should have maybe some guidelines of what you're looking for. But you'd be better off letting them do, like, their art. Like, it would be pretty cool to have somebody's artwork like that.
Yeah, I suppose. Honestly, I wouldn't do it. And that was
I
actually
have no
one
tattoos nor any intention of getting them. Don't take me the wrong way there.
Me neither. We're just sort of spitballing. I will say, so there have been a few times people tried to commission me for artwork for a tattoo. It's happened a few times.
No,
I can't do it. Just the idea that freaks me right out. I can't do it. One guy was very insistent, and I had to, like, show him. I was like, look, I can't do this. I don't feel comfortable. I don't want to do a tattoo. That's all there is to it.
Why would you continue to insist on that? I don't want an artist that's not comfortable doing the work, like drawing something for my tattoo. That would be really fucking bad plan. That's not a good idea.
Yeah, well, some people are very insistent. Also, you get some people who are, let's say, on the spectrum.
Oh, okay.
This particular guy was a brony, and he wanted a My Little Pony character. But he didn't just want one. He wanted a large collage of the different characters in an almost heavenly paintings kind of style. And he was going to get it on his back. And I'm like, nah, man, nah. It sounds
weird.
I was thinking about the project itself, thinking, I could do that. But then at the same time, I'm like, yeah, I'm not doing that. I'm not going to do that. I don't want
to do that either. That's a weird. Yeah, it's strange.
Yeah.
Of course, I'm not an artist, so no one's ever going to ask me that. But that is a weird one.
I've had some weird requests over the years.
Oh, but you also draw porn, though, right? Like, or at least have drawn porn.
I have. I mean,
although I'm sure some of that stuff gets real fucking, like, specific and weird.
Werewolf gang banging one woman, yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
I mean, it gets weird. Oh, yeah.
Or, like, I want this specific character, and I want them to be, like, being raped by this fucking weird tentacle monster.
I haven't gotten any of those yet.
Really?
No, I haven't gotten any.
I just assume that's a lot of what people would want drawn, because everything else you can just find on porn, like...
Yeah. Like, well, now with AI stuff, it's like, easier than ever to get what you want. Although, from what I've heard, some people who thought, yeah, I'll just do it through AI, and it only knows so much. Apparently, the other thing is, like, people really enjoy certain art styles, and so it's like, yeah, you can teach the AI to do it, but sometimes it doesn't quite understand what the artist would have done in this particular thing. It's making guesses for the most part.
Yeah.
And there's limits to AI.
It's essentially learning the same way a human does, but just at a much, much more rapid pace.
Yeah.
Because a regular artist is also drawing things based on things that they've seen and taken in. And they're making copies of that kind of stuff, essentially. Just not as accurately and not as... they don't have that quick of a learning curve where they just reach, like, good that fast. Takes them a lot longer and a lot more times of trying.
Indeed. That was the. There's also the other thing I was going to say is that the my old co-host there, Schmeckel. I don't know if you remember ever talking about him with the Kun stream.
Oh yeah.
Him and I were planning out a comic book to work on together, and he wanted to take the cover. The
Little Slash.
Yeah, Little Slash. Yeah, he wanted to take the cover art for that and turn it into a tattoo. I'm like, God damn it, don't do that. It's like, I'll fucking do it. It's like, don't do that.
Whatever happened to that guy? Did he finally move on and start like doing like good in his life, or did he go down the path of alcoholism and just fucking die?
No, he got. He's dead.
Did he ever get a headset?
I don't know about that. We haven't streamed in a while. Well, we did do like the odd off-air stream just to catch up on things. But he did fine. He's got a house, good job.
Nice.
I think things are going good for him.
He always seemed like a decent person,
Well, a bit of an asshole,
but a good person nonetheless.
A bit of an asshole sometimes, but he's fine. Who isn't on the internet?
If you're not an asshole, sometimes just because like that's just sometimes you have to be an asshole. Like setting boundaries, sometimes you have to be pretty fucking hardcore and say, no, you know what, fuck off, don't, we're done. Like you got to get in people's faces, you got to be rude.
Sometimes.
Got to cross the line once in a while.
Yeah.
Why not?
Somebody breaks into my
house. I'm
about
to put the grooming glove on. Wait. I'm about to put the grooming glove on because I forgot to do the grooming. So I'm going to be fighting with my dog as we. Yeah, I posted it in the Discord if you want to look.
Oh, is it one of those gloves where you like de-shed them essentially?
Or is that
basically petting them?
Yeah, it is that time of year. My cat's shedding as well.
But yeah, as I mentioned there, he absolutely associates it with play fighting. So the entire time I'm doing it, I'm trying to pet him as he's trying to fucking play fight with me. Calm down, weirdo. So I'll try to get it done relatively quickly. But yeah, he's shedding like fucking crazy. So it's, and again, Golden's fucking shed like crazy normally. So if you can imagine, like, it's way worse than normal. Would you stop, weirdo? Let me do this.
Yeah, what is it? There was a couple on YouTube that I watched their videos, and they bought like a husky mix, and they had no idea what that means in terms of like shedding and stuff. And I remember watching like some of the early videos before their dog had much chance to like get older, and I'm just like, you fucking idiots. That was such a bad choice. Because I don't know if you've ever seen huskies like shed, but they shed like a whole other dog.
I've seen pictures of like a fucking just pile.
Yeah, because you got that winter fur, and then you got the summer fur, and they're two totally different fur coats. They completely get rid of the winter fur. It's a different kind of fur.
Calm down. Oh, don't lick my face. No face licking.
No, you got it. Lick his face. Go, dog, go. He wants that.
Otherwise, why would he do this?
Get the glove. Get the glove, dog.
Face licking comes with the glove, dude. Yeah.
The one I saw that I thought was really fucking funny was some lady was doing like some sort of grooming with her dog's feet, and the dog was obviously very uncomfortable having his feet messed with. So she put fucking saran wrap on her head, and then put peanut butter on the saran wrap. So the dog was sitting there just like licking the peanut butter on her forehead while she's just doing all the grooming.
Yeah, I definitely saw that.
That shit was funny as fuck.
Oh no, the same thing can be done just by putting it on like a wall right next to your head.
Right, that makes more sense. I didn't even think of that.
Yeah,
because
that
makes way more sense.
And then I'm
why
like,
would you put it on your head?
I'm like, wait a minute. Oh, stop.
She's used to putting peanut butter on herself anyway, but that time she just put it on her head, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah. on my forehead instead of my cooch this time.
Yeah,
and actually put saran wrap there. There we go. See if that shows up.
Let's close out this stupid Uber Eats shit. I'm not ordering any food.
That uploads.
Yeah, we used to use those on our dogs, yeah.
Yeah.
That is a crazy fucking diorama.
It is a display to go, or it's
a picture. After about kinds of grooming.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's nothing compared to a husky. That's a lot of fun.
I don't know. I cut out. I thought I'd. Yeah, that was after like 30 seconds.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say yeah, because a husky, man, like that was. Oh, you know the worst one? We actually had to shave the Finnish Lapland.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because it's like so you know, like normally you pet a dog, the fur is kind of like soft. The Finnish Lapland is extremely thick fur.
It's white, right?
No, it was actually brown. Ours was brown. I think some of them are white though, but it's wiry and coarse and rough. It's not like pleasant to touch at all. And it sticks out maybe 3 or 4 inches from the dog's body. So like during the winter that was fine, but during the summer it was like no, you just had to shave it all off and expose the undercoat because it was just too hot.
Indeed. I used to have a Swedish Lapphund, which is like one of the rarest dog breeds. Okay. I thought I told you guys about this dog, but yeah, one of the rarest dog breeds in the world because they're not allowed to be taken out of the country, Sweden or whatever. And apparently someone must have been smuggling them, and then they just let the dogs loose because it was one of the times we were moving, and we were stopping for gas, and there was this like beautiful black dog going around, and the guy at the gas station, "You want the dog?" He just wandered in. So it's like So yeah, we took her home, and let me tell you, one of the best dogs I've ever had in my entire life.
Oh yeah, those dogs are fucking brilliant. I'm assuming a Swedish Lapphund is similar, but not the same as like a Finnish Lapphund.
Yeah, it's all black with some brown spots here and there, but mostly all black, curly tail, beautiful fur. They're softer than the Finnish ones in the fur quality.
Oh, it's not coarse, stiff fur. Oh yeah, that's definitely a downside because you don't like petting a dog that's not soft.
Yeah, so these dogs are very soft. I think these dogs are all in similar breeds, but different.
Well, it's funny because
variations.
But the Swedish Lapphund and the Finnish Lapphund, like that's also similar, where they generally don't allow them outside of the country.
Yeah, but I'll tell you, our dog, she was the most well-behaved dog ever. Loved children. Is like a natural family dog. Well, just like you bring in a baby, oh yeah, they'll take care of your baby. You bring in a small little thing, just defend it. Like I remember, like when I was with my girlfriend, she got like a little.
And Swedish Laphounds are different there, then.
Yeah, they are. The Swedish ones, very good temperament, very very smart. Like I remember, like one time my girlfriend got a kitten, brought it home, and we thought we walk around, play with the kitten, and I had a cat, a full grown cat, and of course my cat doesn't like new cats coming in there. And what does my dog do? Goes right up to my cat and stares him right down, like, "You get the fuck away from that kitten." Just fucking loved it. Oh, she was amazing.
Oh wow.
I miss her every fucking day. She was so.
I wonder if it's because the dog we had was fucked up.
Maybe.
Because it was part of a breeding program. They were just allowing this one lady to breed the dogs to sell in the U.S. And she had some mental health issues they were unaware of, and so she went batshit fucking nuts and left the dogs in their cages for like a couple of years.
Oh.
So like they didn't get out of the cage for 6 months, 8 months at a time. And so that dog, it was not, it took us 3 or 4 months of hand feeding it before it was comfortable around all of us and wouldn't, stay away from us all.
Leave it.
And then, it didn't have that, dogs will come home. As long as they don't get lost, they will come home. Even if they run away or whatever. This dog, once it got out, it would just go, wherever. It would never stop. It just keep going somewhere. So, we managed to lose it twice, and thankfully, because we have, the tags and stuff, it got returned to us both times, but from very far away. Because it went on a fucking journey. But the other thing was, I wouldn't have trusted that dog with, small children or, small pets.
Yeah, no, I can understand that. Yeah, no, this dog, our dog, natural family dog. So
yeah, it makes me wonder if it would have been really good had it not been fucked up now, because yours was.
I mean, probably. It's just how it is. I don't know what when we got her, she was already a fully grown dog. So yeah.
Well, and also I know that the Finnish Laphounds are generally not in-house dogs. They're like the actual Alaskan Huskies, where they generally keep them outside.
Yeah, well, the Swedish ones were about, they're very hairy. They do like being outside. I think they prefer it more because they are so fluffy.
Yeah.
I gotta get your backside, puppy. Almost done.
Ooh, you gotta do the poop cleaning. Like some dogs, if they got long hair, you gotta do the poop trim.
Come down.
Yeah.
Where you shave the butt hairs so they don't fucking get Klingon pieces of poop.
Yeah, don't get the dingleberries.
Yep. That was definitely true of the Finnish Lapland, because that fur was thick as fuck, and it was you did not want to not shave around that dog's dick and around its asshole like you needed to.
Yeah.
Or it was going to be a mess.
It was going to stink. You could smell it.
Yep. Oh yeah, it'll start to get that that low grade smell constantly. Yeah.
Calm down, crazy poop. Gotta get your tail. You gotta get your tail. Sorry, I should probably have muted. My apologies.
All good.
I don't know. It was kind of entertaining.
Look, I'm gonna kick your butt.
I'm trying to think of what is the shit I used to use when I was baking keto. There was because you don't have gluten in anything you're making.
Nope.
So there was a product I used that was just like a seed or something that was a ground up seed or something that you could use to add that quality to whatever you were making. That was pretty good.
You talking about chai seed?
Wait.
No.
Yeah, I know some like to use that.
The one I used was I'm gonna see if I can find it now because I'm curious. But it was pretty nice.
I gotta tell you, I've been working on this.
Xanthan gum, I think is what it was.
Okay. Yeah, I've heard that there's some sort of gum thing that you can use for various different recipes to help make the things stick together.
It sort of replaces the qualities of gluten. And it's made from a natural plant. It's not like some sort of weird chemical or any of that kind of shit. But zero net carbs was the benefit of it.
Okay.
But that's what I used when I did pancakes or muffins or cheesecake or whatever else I was making. I would add the xanthan gum. And I think there's other options that are not xanthan gum. Like you mentioned one, I'm sure. There's more than just two.
Yeah, there's a few things out there. I'll tell you, I'm very happy to finally be done this diorama thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So what these are is they're little. I have a display stand, and I like to put all my Transformers in there. So I thought, well, you know what? Why don't I do something? I'm a creative. Why not make something to represent both sides? Well, yeah. That's what I did. So I showed you the one which is a jungle-y kind of thing, and the other one's a lava one. Just now finished them. The only thing I gotta do left is put on a top coat, and then it's good to go.
Nice.
Yeah, it was annoying. It was annoying because the first time I did them, I did the little jungle one there, and I put it all together. And no, sorry, it was the lava one. And I took some spray paint, and apparently once I put the spray paint on, it dissolved the foam.
Oh shit! Because okay, yep, that makes sense.
Yeah, so
foam
then
is probably polyurethane foam, and then the paint has stuff that will melt polyurethane because part of the paint is polyurethane.
Yep. No, that's probably what went on. So the lava one, like it had those, like okay. So the first coat on the lava display, I glued on some coffee grounds, like used up coffee grounds, and for texture, and that protected it. But beneath it, where the lava coating is, that thing just dissolved.
Yeah,
it looked cool, but I'm like, it looked kind of cool, but I'm like, I can't use this anymore. This is garbage.
That's
I don't think she can use it. Yeah, so I had to rebuild it and make a whole new one.
There you go, good boy. That should be buffers.
So yeah.
That's the buffers. Yeah. Yeah, stay right there. Good job. Good job, Hooper. No, stay. Oh, you're doing well. You're doing well. Stop. Ah. I said you were doing well. In the butt. I'm gonna kick you right in your sphincter.
Oh, I think that dog is definitely the one in charge.
Really?
I'm pretty sure.
I am way too lenient. You are not wrong about that.
Oh yeah, I was like, I've never spoken like that to a dog. I was like, holy crap. But then again, I don't like having pets, so that's the. It'd be weird if I had, I think.
Yeah, I don't. I definitely do not find it dog. Because even when he's being an asshole, it's like somehow. So it's fucking.
Oh yeah. People like pets for all sorts of reasons, I'm sure. Never understood. I don't hate them.
Yeah.
If I'm at somebody's house and they got a dog or a cat, I'm happy to like pet the dog or the cat.
See, my cat, I love my cat. I love my cat because I see him every now and then and he'll kill a mouse. I'm like, oh, good kitty. Doing your job.
Your belly rubs.
Oh, I love the videos online where people think their cats are gonna like hunt for them, like kill the like rat or something that they trapped, and the cat's just as desperate to get away from it.
See, I've come to realize that those types of cats that they're scared to do anything with mice, those are usually house cats.
Oh yeah, the people that do that weird thing where they never let their fucking cat outside. I don't understand that. That makes no sense to me.
No,
well, my family's had cats many times, and they absolutely are outside cats. They absolutely just go out and run around all like half the day.
It might depend on where they are because, like,
I can understand if you lived around like coyotes or something.
Yeah. Well, it's like where I used to live. There were a lot of coyotes, so I mean, I was always nervous about my cat, and he would come back with injuries every now and then. So
that's why you can get more cats. Like if the first cat goes and gets eaten by the coyotes, it wasn't a very good cat. You'll get a better one.
Yeah.
I know that sounds awful, doesn't it?
It does. Yeah.
Hey, leave it.
Because like if I lived around coyotes, I would not get a pet that the coyotes could easily eat. So I would get a dog that was big enough that the coyotes would be unable to take it on one at a time, and smart enough that it wouldn't be, leave the fucking yard and go with them out into the forest and shit.
Yep, that's always the hope.
And then if it did, hopefully it would have a decent chance of being able to fight its way free and get back. You know what I mean? Because I figure, like, if you're, if you live where there's coyotes and you buy a fucking chihuahua, fuck you, right? I mean, come on, you're an asshole. You bought a fucking chihuahua. You bought a coyote snack. Like, you didn't buy a pet. You bought a fucking treat for the fucking animals.
Yeah, any of the small dogs, anything below beagle size, it's like, why bother having a dog?
I don't care if you want to have a small dog, like just wherever, like normal. But if it's like if it being small is going to put that dog at risk just as a general rule in the place you live in. That's not a good plan.
Yeah.
It'd be like...
Or pugs. We've discussed it before, but the people continuing to breed pugs seems...
Oh, yeah, pugs are just mean. Yeah.
That should just be allowed to die out.
Yeah, that's not a breed that should be allowed to continue.
Yeah.
But, like, it would be equally cruel and evil, in my opinion, to buy, like, a husky that you never take out.
Yeah.
Or like, you know, if you never take your dog for a walk, don't buy, like, a golden retriever or a husky or any one of, like, the terrier breeds. Like, don't buy a working dog. Buy a lap dog. You know, buy one of those tiny little fucking chihuahuas. You know, that would make sense.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's why I got so mad at my grandpuppy in his cage while he was at work. 7, 8, 9 hours.
Why would you put an animal in a cage at all unless there was no other option? Like, we've never kept our dogs in cages.
Yeah, no, I had a big problem with it. He's like, it says on the line they're fine for like 7 or 8 hours. I'm like, dude, I get that, dude, but come on. They're smart, one of the smartest breeds, so they're going to need more mental stimulation. So if you're just shutting them in a fucking cage all the time. So yeah, that's when I originally just started taking them out.
Why would you get? I don't think you should get a pet if you feel like you need to put it in a cage for 8 hours a day. That's weird.
Yeah, well, it's again, if he was living alone, fine, he wouldn't have to do it. It's because
it was because of the mom and
his mom. Yeah, the reason he has the dog is because his mom didn't want to tell him. She absolutely did not want him to get it. But she's, again, afraid to tell him no for some reason. And then she'll just bitch about it. I'm like, I've told her plenty of times. I'm like, dude, you should have told him no. You know what I say when I don't want him to do something that's within my control to stop him? I say, hey, no, don't do that.
Yeah. People need to hear no. Especially kids.
Yeah.
Kids need the fucking framework. They need those boundaries.
Yeah.
But also, I don't think I've ever been offended by somebody telling me no. Like, just in a general rule, like if I asked for something, or if I ask somebody if they want to do something, and they're like, no, I'm good. It's like, all right, cool. Because, like, why would I want them to do something that they didn't want to do? It'd be kind of fucking, it wouldn't be fun.
Yeah, it's fucking shitty.
Now, if it's like chores and it's somebody I live with and we have to fucking clean the house, that's different. Yep. But,
wait.
Like, we had a roommate that would fucking leave his dishes in the sink for like weeks on end, and we're like, no, you need to fucking start doing those every fucking day. Like, that's just not gonna work. Me and the other roommate were like, you don't get to just leave dishes in the sink anymore. That's not happening. Because there's nothing worse than you want to make yourself some food, you just got off of work, and you gotta clean somebody else's fucking dishes because they've left all their dishes in there, and all of the fucking dishes in the house are dirty now in the sink, and they're all from that one person. That's fucking infuriating. Like, that'll make you real mad. And if I'm gonna be real mad, why should I be real mad alone? Why not share that mad with somebody else? Like the person who made me that mad.
Yeah, that person's earned it.
Yep.
You caused me to be angry. I'm going to make you angry back.
Oh, the really frustrating part about that was we were all just out of high school, moved out into a place together.
I'm here.
And literally, I was the only one who brought dishes to the table. So all the plates and glasses and bowls were mine. Like, nobody had all the cooking pots and pans. Like, nobody had any sort of fucking dishes of any kind. So that was extra fucking irritating. Oh, the other thing the guy did was he took the dining room and turned it into a fucking computer area for himself. Like, that was cool.
Oh wow! Without even asking, this room's
He just
also
decided
mine.
like he's just gonna pick this whole room and it's gonna be his and his alone. So me and my other roommate just moved his shit out of there whenever we wanted to. We'd be like, yeah, we're gonna use that room. All right, let's just fucking throw it in the floor in his room. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, fuck it. I'd have thrown it outside.
You know, it was pretty expensive computer equipment, so like, you know.
Say maybe not. I would want to.
But it was pretty ridiculous. We were like, and he was so fucking dumb. Like, he didn't understand why that wasn't okay. We were just like, no, it's fine if you want to have your friends over and you're going to go do something for the day and you're going to, like, fucking have your computers all set up together, then that's fine. But they have to fucking take them home at the end of the day. They can't just leave them in our fucking house, taking up the dining room so nobody can eat out here and nobody can fucking hang out in this room and use it other than you. Like, do you not understand? Like, you're not paying for 2 rooms. You're paying for 1 room, and then, you know, we all use the house together.
Jesus, was he like an only child or something?
I don't know. One of the other guys, the other guy didn't fucking know how to do laundry when we moved out. Like, I had to fucking teach him how to do laundry. That was ridiculous. I'm like,
I was amazed at how many people. When I went into like sober living, I was amazed that when I went into sober living.
Ooh.
I'm like, you know how incredibly simple this is? Like, how the fuck can you not know how to do laundry? I feel like everybody should learn that just accidentally.
The minute you have your first wet dream, y'all should already be doing your laundry, but if you haven't started then it's the time. You know, when you're starting to fucking load up some gnarly shit in those fucking drawers, clean that shit yourself, bro.
You've got some emissions, some stains that you don't want anyone else to know about.
Exactly. I think I started learning how to do laundry in like junior high, tail end of grade school. It wasn't because it's not hard. It's really simple fucking thing to do.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I don't even separate lights and darks. Like, I never fuck with that. It's either whites and then everything else.
Yeah, my mom's whole thing was just like, you know what? You got fucking skid marks and shit in here. I'm not dealing with that. That's you can clean that shit up. And you know what? That was a pretty reasonable response.
Yeah.
Because nothing will teach you how to wipe your ass properly more than you have to clean up your own literal shit from your fucking clothes.
Damn you. All right, puppy. I think you've lost like 5 pounds by now. You're looking sleek, though. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Crazy puppers. You doing okay? You doing okay? Yeah. No more face tats. I love you too, puppy. Hell. All right, that's about as much as I can get done. Dude, this is like the 7th time I'm picking up at least as much fucking hair as it was in that second picture I took.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you said it's
got a bunch of little.
They're pretty long-haired dogs. They got a pretty thick coat, and it's getting to be springtime.
Yeah, like I said, it was like the day before yesterday. Started fucking shedding like crazy, dude. And again, they're pretty much always shedding to some degree.
Oh yeah, any dog with fur is going to shed on a regular basis. Yeah, they're always going to shed a little bit.
Yeah. But yeah, it's a fucking, Goldens are fucking insane, dude. Because it's so constant, man. Like, it's,
some of them are really bad to deal with. Like, I think, like, curly-haired dogs, like poodles and stuff, not like the little tiny ones, but the big ones, like, their fur can kind of get matted down underneath. Like, their undercoat can get really bad. You're not super proactive keeping it clean, keeping it like shedded.
Yeah, that's why I was surprised that anybody would crossbreeding golden retrievers and poodles. The fucking golden doodles.
Oh,
like, why
doodles. I've also seen labradoodles, like Labradors and poodles bred together.
Yeah, it's generally just I mean, goldens and labs are very similar. So Yeah, same
I used
issue.
to watch a YouTube channel where a guy took 2 labradoodles out sailing with him all the time, like to sail like different like exotic places. It was fun.
Yeah, so it's basically way too much fur, and now it's all fucking curly like a fucking poodle, dude.
Yep.
Yeah, that's nuts.
And I was always watching those videos going like, man, you are getting 2 giant wet dogs on a very small sailboat all the time. That has got to fucking stink so bad.
Dude. Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of cruel. Like, how'd they fucking get enough shit on a fucking sailboat?
Oh, so most of the time when he was sailing around, he was sailing in areas where there were like a lot of islands. So like,
so
like
you could
the Caribbean
regularly
and stuff like that, and over like offshore of like places and stuff where he could get the dogs out almost on a pretty regular basis. So like they might have to be on the boat for like a day or 2, but then they'd get to go run around on like some fucking island that he stopped at or something for a while.
I roam. Get over here. Ain't no butt. No, come on.
They certainly seemed happy, and also he for like really, really long range sails where he wasn't going to be anywhere near land for like weeks at a time, he wouldn't take them with him. He would leave them with his parents.
Oh, okay. Yeah, all right.
He was actually very responsible when it came to the dogs. He treated them very well.
Yeah. I'm going to say, they require so much, dude. Even like a day without...
Well, on a boat, like if it's only for a day or 2, like, you're interacting with them all day long. So they're pretty happy for at least a day or 2 before they start to really get antsy.
Yeah, and actually, you probably could fit a suitable treadmill in there too. You know what I mean? Like a doggy treadmill.
Yeah, you probably could. There's a lot more room on a boat than it looks like when you first look at them. A lot of times.
Yeah.
A lot of the rooms are underwater essentially.
Yeah. So that would help too if you did want to take them on a long. At least give them that to do the exercise.
Yeah. Oh well, like I said, 2 days on the boat, and then they'd be off the boat for like a whole day. So it wasn't like they were never getting exercise. They were getting it pretty regularly.
Yeah. They're not going like weeks at a time.
And then that extra day of exercise, that's running all over the place out on an island in the sand and up and down like hills and shit. So they were.
Yeah. Plus all kinds of new smells and sights and shit.
New animals. There's a lot of places you can go where there's like swimming pigs and stuff.
Oh wow!
Like where you go and hang out and like feed these like random wild pigs that just like swim around in the ocean on these islands.
That's crazy, man. They like swim like between the islands or something.
Like there's a couple of islands where apparently somebody brought pigs long time ago, and the pigs just hang out, and there's really nothing that eats the pigs other than people, and people aren't allowed to anymore because now they're like, like tourist attractions. They want people to stop off on those islands and like hang out with the pigs, and then stop at the nearest places for food and supplies, which are the where they get all the money.
Indeed. Yeah, swimming pigs in the ocean. That's fucking... Yeah, that would be a sight to see.
Yep. That's why I watched the channel. It was fun stuff to watch for the most part. And then I saw a lot of it, and there really was not much else to see, so I don't watch the channel anymore. I mean, I'm sure he's still going and doing all the same shit over and over, but like I've already seen all that shit. I don't need to see it a third time. Or even a second time, really.
Yeah, it's kind of rinse and repeat at this point.
Yep. Exactly. See a guy get like mildly drunk at like some fucking tiki bar on a fucking tourist trap island like once you don't need to see it multiple times.
Indeed.
Ooh, I'm finally on the last level of the
Get close with
the pressure washer game. There's like DLC stuff, but this is the last like career thing. That's actually part of the original game. Yeah. You gotta clean this temple, and that somehow stops the volcano from going off.
Not the volcano.
Yeah, it's and there's like aliens that are involved somehow. There's some weird shit. I didn't read all the text messages because I don't really care.
Well, yeah,
but,
this is some
other people
insane
that
lore.
care about the lore, like Reddit, and they're like, there's some weird shit that goes on in this game, apparently.
Honestly, I think there's like those various different conspiracy theorist people, and they try to peddle what they know through video games.
Well, no, like one of the levels was like you clean an RV, right, like a recreational vehicle, and then like it shows up again in one of the later levels, and it's like as you're walking towards it, it pops up and turns into a UFO, like a flying saucer like style UFO, like straight out of like a 70s flick. So they actually are aliens and stuff, and there is lore. It's just you got to read all these texts and like keep them in your head. I don't play the game consistently enough.
Well, you're here to clean things
it
up.
doesn't really affect the actual gameplay then?
Yeah, it has nothing to do with the actual gameplay. It's just background stuff to keep you, I guess, mildly entertained.
Well,
I'm
you're
just
here
here
to
for the cleaning because it kills my anxiety.
Your anxiety?
Yeah, if I'm having like a panic attack, this is like a great game for that because it's super fucking like, it's just enough that you have to kind of focus and pay attention to what you're doing. But it's not like it's not like frustrating like an FPS game or like any other game, like because it's super easy to do, so it's like very relaxing. Plus the white noise.
I could see that being a thing.
Alright, so I gotta find out what that's.
Well, while you're on there, I guess we'll be winding down. I guess we'll be winding down soon. I was going to tell you guys real quick all the crazy shit happening here in Canada right now.
Oh yeah, that's right. There's some weird stuff going on with all the Justin Trudeau criminal shit, right?
Yeah, well, there's that. But then the other thing that happened, because there's been some pressure inside of various different parties, because they're trying to figure out like what we're going to do with this whole Israel Hamas thing, and like because it used to be, or at least we look at Israel as like a trading partner and all that. So as a result, Canada's been supporting them. But there's a lot of like people inside the party who wants to support Hamas. See, it's that very tricky thing. That's what's been going on, and the other day it was essentially decided that okay, what we're going to do is we're going to switch and we're going to start supporting Hamas, despite the fact that there is a good portion of the Liberal Party that's actually Jewish, and so they really, really, really don't like this decision.
Well, yeah, because here's the thing. I understand where people are coming from when they want to support Hamas. Not really, but. Like I see, like, oh, they stole the country, blah, blah, blah. But that was, like, in the 50s. Very few of the people who were involved are still alive.
And not only that, like,
I don't see a reason why Israel should stop what they're doing while Hamas still has 140 hostages. Right? Yeah. I mean, like, it just didn't make sense that they would just walk away and leave Hamas to torture and rape their people.
Well, not to get too into that thing, but what I wanted to say is like that the Liberal Party and the NDP have decided that they're going to support Hamas, which is a problem because, like they say, like I said, a bunch of members of the Liberal Party and the NDP and the Conservative all have Jewish people, so they don't like this. So one of the prominent members of the Liberal Party was talking about just leaving the party altogether and just being either an independent or converting over to the Conservative side. Either way, one will go, one will go and the other will go, pretty much, and then who knows, it can cause an effect. If that happens, because right now the Liberal Party has a coalition with the NDP, and that's how they have a majority in Parliament. Well, if these people leave, they will no longer have their majority, and it'll be like either equal or one less seat than the Conservatives. When that happens, then the Conservatives can do a vote of no confidence and force us into an election.
Oh, which is what Trudeau absolutely doesn't want.
Absolutely. So that's what's the whole thing is. So obviously right now, because also in Canada we have this carbon tax, which nobody likes, and on April 1st it's going to go up for a fourth time.
Well, and from what I understand about how the carbon tax works, the shitty part of it is it's only being paid just by people. Like the companies aren't paying it. It's just being passed on to like the customers.
Pretty much, that's how it works. Because you can tax big corporations, sure, but they have the corporation have the decision of like, well, we can either fire people or raise our prices, or a combination of both. Either way, it's gonna make life crappy for everyone else. That's just how it works. So yeah, and that's how that's why everything goes up in price. So that's what's going on. So anyway, the leader of the Conservative Party is saying like if Trudeau doesn't today, because I'm still waiting to hear what happens. If he doesn't make he says if you don't make a statement today that you change your mind and you're going to not hike up the tax, then he's going to do a vote of no confidence and force us into an election. Which will be...
And then the election is basically going to be like, do you want to pay more money for everything or less money for everything?
Get over here. I'm here.
That's not a place Trudeau wants to be.
I'm here.
Well, yeah, because at that point, the election, the talking point of the election will be like, are you pro-carbon tax or anti-carbon tax? Well, everyone hates it, so that's how it's going to go. So, we don't know yet. I'm still waiting to hear it because there's still time in the day. Maybe it'll either be today or tomorrow that the vote of no confidence will come in, if that's what happens. Now, granted, if Trudeau says, okay, fine, you win, we won't do the carbon tax. Well, I think it'll either be next month or the month after. That's when the parliamentary budget comes in, and that's when they go over how much money was spent and how are we doing and all that stuff. Canada is not in a good spot. So if the budget comes out there and that the Liberals were so incompetent, then we can do another vote of no confidence. So the thing is that the decision needs to be: do you want the election now, or do you want an election a month from now? Because either way, you're going to get an election.
So, well, I mean, Trudeau can't fucking just rule the country like a dictator forever. You know, like that has to. At some point, you guys have to be able to vote him out. Like that's pretty fucking scary how long he's been in power.
That's how it works in Canada. I mean, you essentially can rule till the day you die, as long as the people keep voting you back in, because we have no term limits in that regard.
Oh, there's a thing to push for if you can. Good God, yeah.
Well, yeah, and like and I don't know it because even if the Conservative Party did say that we want to do that, I don't know if they can. So I don't know if there's a structure in there for us to change the system that drastically.
Well, I mean, I have no idea how Canada's laws work, so I just would hope for that eventually, but yeah, sounds like it's not likely.
Yeah.
Of course, then again, it's not likely that we're going to get like the ones we need, which is like we would be ecstatic if we could get term limits for senator for like Congress. Like that would be really nice. And I feel like one of the things that nobody mentions but that absolutely needs to happen is term limits for judges.
Yep.
Like, I think judges should stop being allowed to be a judge at the age of 60. That should be the absolute oldest. Period. Like, I'm sorry, but, like, there's a point at which your brain just starts to fucking deteriorate. And it's not nice, but it's true. And you shouldn't have judges that are over 60 years old.
Right back.
Frankly, you shouldn't have any politicians over 60. Like, the idea that, like, our choice right now is, what, like a 75-year-old and, like, an 80-year-old or something like that? Like, that's ridiculous.
Yep. That's the world we live in, unfortunately. It is what it is.
At least your government leader doesn't need diapers.
Well, that's true. That's one benefit we have. Unfortunately, our leader here is a fucking psychopath. So,
yeah, that is the downside to it for sure. Yeah, see that being a little bit of an issue there.
Yeah, see, it's like, yeah, he doesn't need a diaper, but he definitely he should be locked up. Which, of course, that's another thing that could happen because there's like numerous potential criminal charges brought up against Trudeau, so he could go to jail one way or the other. So we'll see. We'll see.
Probably not. I think it's so bad right now with the classism that you kind of don't get to see the political class ever actually go to like jail. It's pretty ridiculous.
Well, with Trudeau, this is the other reason why Trudeau's probably also fighting these things. He's done so many things and gotten away with so much that people were sort of questioning, because it's like, why exactly did Trudeau not face greater fines for all of his previous ethics violations? Because he's had like numerous ethics violations, and usually when a prime minister is about to have like a violation or stuff, they usually step down so that way it doesn't hurt the party. Because that's how it works. He didn't step down from any of them. He stayed due to numerous ones, and he had all the other ones that went on. Oh, the other shit that went on today, we found out our environment minister was in Dubai for some sort of climate action, something or other thing that went on there, which isn't all that unusual. It's like, okay, yeah, that's what he does. But what was unusual about it is that he spent an ungodly amount of money for parties, prostitutes, expensive, lavish foods. Like this guy, partially because he knows he's not going to stay in there. His riding is going to vote him out. So he's gone. So I guess he's just thinking, I'm going to go out in the blaze of glory and have a fucking sweet ass party.
Oh, like the fucking lady who's running I forget what the name of the town is.
Yep.
But it's there's like a really crooked mayor right now who like took like millions and millions of dollars from this like little town and like has used it to go out to like parties and stay at hotels and go on vacation.
Yep.
Supposedly she's
Super
in
Mayor
jail
Tiffany
right
Henry.
now. I don't know. I'm.
Well, our guy is. He knows he's gone, so he's just like, I'm going to enjoy my time.
Yeah. Well, that's as things are going bad for her, she's doing a similar thing where she's trying to get more money. It's like, we need more tax money. And everybody's like, but you just fucking steal it. Like, no, we're not giving you more fucking money, you crazy bitch. Like,
that's so bitch. I'll be here soon.
Yeah. Yep.
So I see that. That makes sense. Same guy is like, yeah, I'm gonna be taking what I can while I can. Thank you very much.
That sounds about right. That's how it goes. It's like, I know I'm gone. Oh well.
He's like, yeah, a little misappropriation, pretty minor.
Misappropriation? Pfft, I could do worse.
It's hardly worth mentioning compared to all the other atrocities I've. What are you looking at, Poppy? You bet, poop. You bet. Yeah, I haven't seen any follow-up on the mayor, Tiffany Henyard or whatever. Yeah, I had heard possibly gotten arrested.
Did you hear what went on in New York?
It's definitely being investigated.
Oh, what happened?
You're going to have to be more specific. There's a lot going on in New York right now.
So there was these. There's a couple of guys, some homeless, some. Oh shit! Hold on a second.
Yes. Not poop. You're not here yet. Dada's not here yet. You poopy. Yeah. Yeah, you silky smooth now. Good.
Oh, Jesus.
I do know that there was...
yeah, that wasn't muted.
Somebody out of New York who was talking about how the people who are homeless should start taking the homes from people who have homes. Like, literally just going in and just forcibly taking them from people.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, like an organized crime.
Sorry about that. Having at the door
or something.
Sorry about that.
I have no idea. Yeah. Oh, yeah. No worries.
Yeah, I was just gonna say there was a series of murders that went on in New York, and it involved there was like 3 people who got killed, like a 40-year-old woman, some young man, and an elderly man, and they were killed, dismembered, cannibalized, I believe was one of the things that someone had said, and their body parts were dropped off into garbages all over the city.
Immigrants! What a wonderful fucking world.
You said it, not me. Anyway.
We all fucking know it. Like, it's fucking Senegalese, probably from the fucking African ones. Like, that's their kind of style.
Everyone involved was arrested and caught, and then they were released the next day.
Fucking what? They just let 3 murderers go? That's fucking insane. Yeah,
and they murdered all these people. And what's funny about the mayor, I can't remember her name. She was on The View, and she pretty much avoided all because even The View were so disgusted that this had happened and that these people were let out. Even The View was disgusted by it, and they brought it up with her, and she just kept dodging the question. She didn't answer. It's like, I'll get to that in a bit, and then she started answering other things. It's like she knows it's fucking terrible. Out the clock. And that's what she did. And it's causing a bit of a shitstorm in all these people who are like, you know, these leftists and Sanctuary City types and all the supporters. Like the fucking Young Turks, Anna Consparian, has fucking lost her mind. Partially because she was one of the people who was supporting all these sanctuary cities and shit. I saw a clip of her on the Young Turks. She's losing her fucking mind. And
apparently she switched sides.
That's what people are saying, but it's like at this point, it's like, yeah, she's all fire and brimstone, and I think partially
I don't want her back.
Well, I think part of the reason is I think she's finally connecting the dots and realizing, oh shit, the things I've been supporting caused a lot of this to happen, and she might be feeling guilty because she's clearly having a meltdown, and it's pretty obvious, and like yeah, I think you guys realize that you fucked up. You you backed the wrong horse on this one, and yeah. So we'll see. But this heinous murder, like I said, they let them fucking go. I laugh only because it's so ridiculous. They let them go. The judge let them fucking go. It's like, I understand that you might let out like a car thief or something. But fucking
or a shoplifter or something like that.
Or
okay, that's fucking stupid, but all right, I guess.
But cutting people up and disposing their body parts all over the fucking city, like what the fuck is? No, that's bad. That's the kind of stuff horror movies are based on. You let them walk around. Well, and their excuses is like, well, we know where they live, so we can find them. Except for the 2 of them that are homeless. You have no fucking idea where they are.
And they're all illegal aliens, so they're not even like obligated to necessarily stay here.
Exactly, and so they could be
back God in their home country, out of fucking range of the United States extradition.
Yeah, this is something like everyone was already upset, and now this is fucking gonna galvanize a whole whack of people. Like, this is insane. Holy shit, I cannot believe... Like, okay, I can't say I didn't see this coming because it's like...
Oh, we all saw it coming, come on. Yeah, 100% we all saw that shit coming.
Something like this was going to happen. Like, I expected people to just get gunned down in the streets or something. Nothing like this. Although, given what you hear... What was it, Haiti, when you have that cannibal gang going around?
Oh, yeah.
I heard that. That's like, yeah,
crazy. We were talking about that earlier. We're like, God, that's fucking crazy.
Oh, I can't say. Oh my God, that was such insanity. Wasn't there like a guy calling himself like barbecue or something?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, barbecue's gonna have a double meaning this time.
Well, there's like video of him like eating a fucking leg. I mean, it's pretty hard to fucking justify that. You know what I mean? Like, there's not a lot of gray area when it comes to eating a fucking human leg. You know what I mean?
Yeah, fucking what? That's insane. Almost as insane as
insane that we even have to have these kind of conversations.
Oh yeah, well we kind of have to because we have to understand the level of insanity that we're dealing with here. The other thing was the I want to say it was Buffalo, New York. Don't quote me; it might be a different area. With the squatters' rights thing, did you hear about that? That's
that was
going
California.
on right now?
That was California, where like the fucking vigilantes kicked the squatter out.
Was it? I don't know. I'm talking about the ones where maybe we're talking the same one. I only heard. Yeah, well, what I heard is like people would just break into someone's home, said that they did work on the place, and then they get squatters' rights apparently, and the police don't kick them out. So they're literally
that's different. Okay, yeah. No, there was recently a case in California where the police refused to kick out a squatter. And so, like, a bunch of people got together that were just regular citizens because they arrested the owner of the home. Police arrested the owner, and so the vigilantes came and threw the fucking squatters out of the guy's house.
Okay, so the one I'm talking about, it hasn't reached vigilantes yet. I think it was
will
in Buffalo.
If it's doing what you said it's doing. Holy shit, that's fucking crazy.
So what's happening is
I just work on the house, and I just to keep this thing that's not mine. Why should the person who paid for it and owns it have any fucking rights?
And what they're saying is like, oh, you didn't pay him. It's like, well, he didn't do any work. He just broke into my house. It's like, well, yeah, but you owe him money. It's like, no, I don't. And then there was this back and forth, and so the police simply said, well, it's a personal matter. You'll have to sort it out for yourself. And then they just walk away. And so essentially,
what they do is they say, like, we can't decide it. You have to go to court and get this decided for you. And that's happening in every state. That's been an increasing problem. Although that sounds way worse than normal.
Because what's happening is, like, a lot of these sanctuary city types are going out to the different parts of the state. They're literally breaking into people's homes, attacking the owners, and then when the police come, they say, we worked on the place. They owe us money. And then they get to stay. So the police are literally letting them do whatever, and if the owners try to fight back, they get arrested. That's the insanity of the state that of the state of things right now. Now we're not in that position here in Canada. Depending on where you ask, but down there,
it's one of those things that's like absolutely insane.
Yeah.
The concept that somebody should just be able to break into a house and then just fucking own the house. Essentially, and take it away from the person who legitimately paid for it.
Yep.
Absolutely bonkers.
And when they break in there with new locks, and so they literally change the locks once they kick the people out, so you can't get into your own home.
Oh yeah.
Insanity of the highest order. You can't, and the police will not do anything about it. They say, "Oh well, they have squatter rights or whatever." No, they don't.
It's bad. I watched an attorney talking about this very problem, and it's bad because his thing was like, I live in a state where you could stand your ground, and if somebody squatted in my home, I would simply enter my home with my firearm, and if they chose to attack me, then I would stand my ground and I would get my home back. And he was dead serious, and this is a fucking attorney, so it's like, holy shit, like, that's the fucking choice now? Like, goddamn.
Yep. So, I heard all this and thought, what the state of the world is right now. It's like, this is insanity. Cannot believe this. Yeah. Welcome to the world you're voting for. Well, not really.
Absolutely. It's like, bonkers. Fucking, can you imagine owning a home and not being able to like fucking use it because somebody just decided to break in one day and the police won't fucking do anything for you? That would be so miserable.
Oh boy, let me tell you, the amount of damage that is, that's pretty intense.
Oh yeah, that's the weird part. I don't even understand why these squatters feel the need to like destroy the home. Like, that's just so fucking disgusting.
It is so there's this guy I follow,
which is why if I owned a home and somebody squatted in it, they just disappear one night quietly.
So what I remember hearing was there's this guy talking about what was dubbed fifth generational warfare, and then it's a very unconventional warfare because war is usually boots on the ground and fights and stuff. But if you can't defeat an enemy that way, you defeat them by other means, and so by just either blackmailing or bribing various different politicians and lawmakers to allow laws and stuff so this kind of stuff can happen. That's what kind of happened, and so then it comes in there. You can't do anything about it. So this was all planned out. Is what I'm getting at. This is the war we're talking about. We're at war. They're just using different means, and unconventional warfare is what it is.
Yep.
And there was actually a Chinese general who wrote a book simply called "Unconventional Warfare," saying we can't defeat you in a toe-to-toe war. So we have to defeat you by other means. One of which is also affecting them, them economically. One example of that is look at everything that we have, and most of it's built, made in China. How many things have made in China stickers on them? Almost everything. So then we rely on them for everything. That's one form of it. Another thing is they buy a lot of the businesses. So then if you want any work, you got to work for China. And then you also look at you may think, well, yeah, I have a business. But you have this and this, and they're all links to this area or that bank, and all. If you follow the chain, it's there's always someone up the chain that could probably fuck you up. Even in banks, even in governments. And then you hear about politicians and stuff. There was this one guy, I think it was a senator. He was a morbidly obese, fat, ugly kind of guy, but he had this hot Asian girlfriend. What the fuck was that all about? And then we found out she was a spy. It's oh. And then she fled the country saying, I'm just seeing family. I'll be back in a bit. And then she never came back.
Yeah.
Dude, you were compromised. You were a fucking spy.
There's so many people who've been compromised by Chinese spies. It's ridiculous. There's people who have their drivers were Chinese spies, and there's people whose secretaries were Chinese spies.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Well, and then you also look the border crisis. You have people coming over the wall, and some of them were Chinese. And then there's
we literally have military-aged Chinese men coming through the border in hundreds, if not thousands, on a regular basis. Yep. And China is buying property, buying land near our military bases for these people to go to.
Yeah.
This is a fucking invasion. It's not even a debate. It's just factually an invasion.
Oh, but that's racist. How dare you say that kind of stuff? How dare you? What's wrong with you? You just hate Chinese people. Anyway, yeah, that's the bullshit they put on us.
Yeah. Oh, that's the way they come after you.
Oh yeah, it's one of the ways that they come after you. Because they know that America has the sore spot with the whole slavery thing that went on there, so they use it against us.
Yeah, I don't understand why people have that weird guilt over slavery thing. None of the people who were slaves are still alive. None of the people who owned them are still alive. It's kind of fucking stupid. That was a horrible thing that happened in history. Yeah. Let's not do it again. But it's fucking done.
The white people today, none of them have owned slaves that I know of, and haven't for a very long time.
I think part of the other reason why that kind of argument tends to succeed and stand ground for a while there is partially because life is too easy. Because every generation needs a bad guy, needs an enemy, needs an other to fight against. Because it's just part of human nature. I mean, it used to be maybe be the man or something or whatever.
We have to have a war on everything,
Well, sort of. You need to understand, humans
the youth have to rebel against something.
Well, humans are combative by nature, especially men. Especially young men, because they're full of adrenaline and hormones.
As a young man, a lot of your fantasies are going off to battle other bad things.
Yeah, well, also it's a form of proving yourself and showing your worth. And like I definitely felt it. But when life is easy, who are you fighting against? What are you doing? And then when you do something, you look like a retard. It's just it doesn't look good because and then we shame you for trying to do that kind of stuff. And it's just part of what goes on. It's just a weird state. So what happened is that if there's no one to fight, then what happens is infighting, and so then it just creates all this kind of stuff. Even before this, what we were talking about, feminism and all the other bullshit going on. There you go. There's your other. That's how that works.
Well, I think a lot of what we're doing right now, infighting, is directly influenced by China. I think they're paying a lot of money to our companies to make this happen.
Yes, a lot of the division was on there. So it's like life is too good, so then you start fighting infighting, and that's just what happens. And that's exactly what China is playing into, because our greatest enemy is just manipulating us from the background.
Yep.
And and then they did other things.
Another big issue is.
Yep.
Go ahead. Sorry. I thought sorry. Go ahead.
No, go for it. It's all good. I wasn't going to say anything.
I was just going to say one of the other issues is having people that have chosen activism as a profession. The problem is if you don't have anything to advocate for, you kind of have to invent something. You have to, again, like the saying, invent.
Well, and also that's not a very rewarding career. You're not really doing anything.
Yeah. Yeah, you're just kind of you're a professional complainer, basically.
Yeah, if you're a lawyer or a doctor or a mechanic or a fucking architect or even a construction worker, there's something you've done that you can point to and be like, look what I did. Like that's a normal part of what makes people happy in general is succeeding at doing hard things.
Yeah,
and if all you did was go out and cry like a bitch on the street, like then you even if you want to pretend you've done it to all your friends inside, where you can't lie anymore, you know you haven't done a goddamn thing.
Yeah.
And that's the problem. That's one of the other problems. There's a lot of other issues, I'm sure.
Yeah. Activism should never be a profession, or at least not for. Again, for very limited amount.
It's that weird permissiveness that people have with children, because a lot of children have been raised really poorly, especially the wealthy class. Because a lot of these wealthy kids just have no fucking idea of reality and just expect everything to be given to them. That's why they want the government to solve all the problems. It's because mommy and daddy have solved all their problems for their whole life. And it's like they've never had to actually struggle and work at anything, so they don't understand why they're miserable, which is really sad. But a big part is that they've never had to do real work.
Yeah, don't have a whole lot of actual interaction with parents, like they're by nannies and shit.
Yep, does that too. That also is definitely not good.
Any issues, you just throw money at it to make it go away.
The Unabomber, for instance, part of what was wrong with that dude was when he was a baby, there was 6 months where no one was allowed to touch him because he had some sort of weird fucked up disease that he had to be isolated from everyone else to prevent from being passed on.
Oh, wow.
So and then he ended up in Harvard in the LSD studies.
Yeah, and that one MK Ultra shit with the office. They'd literally just tear down and talking to him what are your ideas on this?
Oh yeah, the LSD studies were essentially they wanted to see what happened when you gave somebody large doses of LSD and then humiliated and treated them like shit constantly. Apparently what happens is the guy moves into the woods, fucking gets as much money as he can and starts blowing people up. So let's not fucking do that one again, right, guys? We figured that one out. That one was a bad fucking choice. Let's not do that again.
Don't tell me.
Oh yeah, but we learned so much. Yeah, that was definitely a fucking. Yeah, what? No, I said we learned so much.
No, Samaj said, don't tell me what to do.
Oh. Okay. I thought you had, no, never mind.
It was that's why I pointed out because he was so quiet when he said it.
Oh, okay, good.
All right. Well, you know what? It is a little past the normal time, and I smell dinner.
I need to go make mine.
Smell dinner cooking.
Right.
And I need to stop playing this game because I finally finished the actual game itself.
Yeah.
And...
Yeah. All right, yeah. For nobody watching, bye.
Rabble.
Yes. Goodbye, people.